So this is
of
Lordas, the 23rd of Hearthfire, or Saturday, the 23rd of September in the afternoon.
Wait, let's say that one more time. Fredas.
Lordas,
Lor.
Loredas, Lordas, the 23rd of Hearthfire, which is Saturday. Last we left off,
that was 3 days ago.
you all bedded down for the night in the ancient Sun Elf ruins. You shared conversation and continued getting to know each other better. Splitting the night up into shifts, you were all able to complete a long rest and leveled up over that long rest. At night, though, Roulette started implementing some bright ideas into some custom armor modifications. Telperion tranced and saw what could possibly be faded visions of the past in the ruins. Jiri experienced strange flashbacks of memories not familiar to him, and Tobirama dreamed of a sourceless voice seemingly acknowledging his deeds in the service of his deity. When you all awoke, you discovered Jiri's traveler's pack mysteriously delivered to the front entrance of the ruins, then set out for your return to Forest Hollow. You found a broken staff in a peaceful glade in the forest, and then successfully continued on and made your way back to Boris's farm. Boris and Gallus were there, and they celebrated your return, and Boris rewarded you guys for your help finding Peony and thanked you profusely, very emotionally. And then you guys headed back to Nora Camp. With a brief respite there, you started to make your way immediately to the Heart of Hearthfire Festival, an annual equinox celebration that heralds the harvest of crops in Forest Hollow. You participated in hammer competitions, tried local ales, drinks, some snacks, and enjoyed some musical entertainment and conversation. You met and spoke with matriarch Adola Moreau, paid for tarot card readings, and then talked with her about the threats you faced in the forest. Finally, we ended as the familiar sight of Rhea waved you over to the corn maze signups. And as you walk forward, she just waves you over. Anything you guys want to talk about on your way over there?
Oh boy, I can't wait to participate this year. Everyone talks about the corn maze.
It'd be fun.
Is it a bit of a contest?
Hey guys! So I was hoping you four would swing by. I'm kind of in charge of gathering signups for this year's competition. And this, by the way, and she gestures to her left, and there is a small halfling woman. This is matriarch Victoria Fawn. I don't think you've met her yet. She's one of the matriarchs from Town Hall. But yeah, any interest in signing up for the corn maze race? We've got about an hour till it kicks off. Entrance fee would be a gold per participant. And the top three teams will really, all teams will get some version of a prize, but the top three teams will get various additional prizes. And Victoria Fawn kind of speaks up and says, yes, and I can go over the rules with you if you'd wish, but would you
Absolutely.
guys be interested in signing up?
A gold? That's pretty steep. I was saving that money to hire a chef.
And Rhea chirps up, well, if you win, you'll get your gold back and then some.
Oh, okay.
I think you got four of us here. Two teams of two. I'm not sure how we're splitting up, but you're going to get 4 gold from us.
That sounds wonderful. Well, yes, it is 2 teams of 2 in that case. We're having people sign up in pairs. Just so you know, the major parameter for the competition is what you'll be looking for in the maze. There are 5 wooden boxes hidden in the clearings within the maze. On top of each of these boxes sits a small metal figurine in the shape of a chicken that varies in rarity and value. Your job as a team of 2 would be to venture in, collect one of these figurines, and return as fast as you can. The value of the object is important, but you might not want to waste lots of time looking for the best one. You'll waste time that way. And then she'll go on to explain that there are small figurines of chicken figurines, and there's one made out of bronze, silver, electrum, gold, and platinum. And she will also chirp up that the platinum figurine is clearly the most valuable and will win you the most points, but it may be a bit harder to obtain. and kind of leaves it at that. But they will gladly have you all sign up in whatever teams you guys decide on.
Oh, geez.
Hyperion, you should be with me.
Newbies versus the established four Hallowins.
Meaning you, Toby.
Four Hallowinians.
Princes versus, and I'll take out a big quill and I'll sign our name on there. And I'll hold out 1 gold and I'll look at Jiri expectantly.
Let me check to see if I have any gold.
Yes.
So you
Wait,
guys-
I do. Excellent. You can have one of my gold pieces. Here you go, Telperion.
Yeah, so for whoever wishes to sign up can subtract 1 gold from their inventory and sign up. Noticeably, and this was briefly brought up last session, but Rhea and Rebecca have the first slot sign up pair. And then the 2 next names are Joel and Reed. And then it looks like you guys, no one else has signed up at this time.
Matriarch Fawn, quick question for you. I know you mentioned it's, or Ray, this might be a question for you. I know you mentioned teams of 2, but none of what you said so far seems to require 2 people going together. Can we split up?
You can, of course, but you will not have completed the maze when you return without your partner. So it benefits you to meet back up at some point. But
All right, Telperion, we gotta stick together.
All right. Well, we have an hour, right?
Yes, of course. We'll start ringing the horns when it's time to gather for the maze race. So feel free to explore for another time.
I'll say, all right, and I'll put my arm around Jiri and I'll say, let's go look for some entertainment and talk strategy in the meantime.
The 2 tall guys just wander off.
I want to go look for an area where I would see people like sparring. Like, is that like part of? Is there any like that kind of entertainment around here?
You can, various activities are going on, mostly bartering, but you can see people like having arm wrestles in front of like cask stands and stuff like that. You don't notice any like weaponry dueling within sight. But what may be noticeable is there's Gallus. You haven't seen him all afternoon, but he's kind of across the way, across the street, sitting down across a wooden table from a gnome elderly man. They seem to be engaged in conversation, and some kind of bundle of cloth wrap is sitting on the table in between them.
Jiri, do you think that's the wizard?
A wizard? We should talk to him. He might know stuff that we will want to know.
We walk over to him.
Roulette, do we... I mean, we could just follow them. We don't have to split up yet. So I would say we're just trailing behind.
Oh,
Hyperion, they're following us.
I was specifically going to say I wanted to hang out by the entrance to the corn maze.
Okay, you're welcome to do so. Absolutely.
I'll trail behind Telperion and Jiri.
Okay. As you guys start to approach Gallus and this gnome gentleman, Gallus kind of catches you guys coming over, kind of raises his head and waves you over. And he, noticeably, as you guys are like 30, 40 yards away, he kind of bundles up what's in front of them and kind of just stows it in a satchel. As they're out of earshot right now, but it looks like the gnome leans over to him and says something. But you guys are welcome to walk up.
While we're walking up, I'm going to say,
Telperion, I've got an important question to ask you.
Go on.
What are the odds you think that wolf that bit me was cursed?
That's a great question. I did inspect his wound. Did I see anything that would have like given me pause?
Are you, Jiri, are you showing Telperion your arm right this moment, or is he having to think back?
I'm going off of my knowledge from when I like treated it with the herbs and was worried more about scarring.
Even without making a check, you didn't see anything of apparent concern in that regard.
Jiri, are you? I think that was a normal wolf that was being possessed. I don't think it was a werewolf, if that's what you're concerned about.
But there's a chance.
Are you hoping there's a chance?
No, I'm concerned. I'm very fearful of curses.
Why is that?
Because they're one of the scariest things that ever exists.
Are you experienced with curses?
A little bit. I've been cursed before. I think that's what's causing my bad luck as of late.
Oh, you've been cursed before. What kind of curse?
All sorts of things. Losing track of my memory, forgetting where I'm supposed to be, that kind of stuff.
Is that why you forgot that you spoke Elvish?
Elvish? What about it? I thought you were teaching me Elvish.
I wanna ask him a question in Elvish. I'll say, I'm gonna look at his Tavi in Elvish. I'm gonna say Northern Te Rungan, which means I think it's dirty.
What? It can't be.
Jiri, you speak excellent Elvish, and I would love to know from where.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. Maybe I've been cursed. Maybe it was something with that elf temple. Didn't you say the same thing happened to Toby? Maybe he's cursed too.
What happened to him? You?
Well, you said he learned a new language just being in the elf temple.
Oh. I'll have to think
Do
on that.
you think we've both been cursed?
I don't know of any curses that would teach you a language. Do I? No, that's not something I've heard of before, but
So there's a chance, you were saying.
I think you're fine. Could you just we could maybe ask someone who knows more of curses than I. But while we're on the topic, where did you learn Orin from?
I've always known it. That was my native language.
From Jalen.
Yeah, that's what everybody speaks in Jolland. That in common.
Which is nowhere near the Emerin Forest.
No, probably not. We should ask Toby. Maybe he thinks he's cursed too.
Can I do an insight check on Jiri right now?
You're welcome to. Roll an insight check. And Jiri, I don't need you to necessarily make a check. I would say, depending on his role, you can give information up to your judgment.
I'm just kind of curious, especially about Jalen specifically. I rolled really badly though, so I rolled a 7 plus 2. Wait, oh no, plus 0. I literally rolled a 7.
So not much of note to read from this guy. He's still you're too new to his presence.
Okay.
So,
I still feel like we should ask Toby about this, right? He might know more. We should ask him. I'm very concerned.
Toby Rama, you hear him.
I'm not directly behind them at this point. I'm like at the next stall over, just chatting someone up.
Sure.
Would we know to look back, or is he like stealth? Like we don't know he's there.
You're welcome to.
Oh, I'm loud and boisterous, and happy to be.
Yeah, you see Toby Rama right behind you, pretty much right next to you in this next stall.
Toby.
Oh, hey guys, what's up? I jog over.
Jerry has a question.
I hope I have an answer.
Toby, do you think you're cursed?
That's a heavy question. Yes, I'd say. I think curse is a harsh word.
See, I told you, Telperion. I'm very concerned.
I think something has touched my fate.
Curse.
Oh, wolf. Oh, what?
Wolf bite curse.
He wasn't bitten by a wolf, though. So I don't know.
No, I was. No. I think that was just you, Jiri.
Oh no.
DM, quick question.
Yeah.
You mentioned that there were like 5 slots for the corn maze.
Yeah.
Is there clearly like 5 different entrances into the corn maze?
There are clearly 5 different marks. There's a red, blue, green, yellow, and purple chalk line in the ground in front of 5 different entrances in front of the corn maze.
Perfect. I'm gonna do 3 quick things. 2 of them being the same. One of them, I'm gonna go to Jiri and Telperian's slot, and I'm going to take I'm just gonna like step in a little bit and just break off a 2-foot piece of cornstalk, and I'm gonna lay it just across the path.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my whetstone, tap a few things on it specifically for one of my magical tinkering things.
Okay.
Let me know if you need more details.
I don't.
And then I'm going to go to another 2, neither of which are myself and Toby. I'm going to take 2 small rocks, same whetstone, but it's going to be persistent wolf snarling and noises, and I'm going to throw it like 15, 20 feet down each of those paths.
Interesting. Okay. Let's do this. So you put one in theirs, and they are the yellow team because where they signed up, there was a yellow mark, and so you see a yellow corresponding mark where it would start. So you can tell which one is theirs, and then you're choosing. Yes, Telperion and Jiri will be yellow. Roulette and Toby Rama, you signed into the red slot.
Love it.
So Rhea and Rebecca were the green slot. So, and then there's Joel and Reed are blue, and then no one has signed up for purple yet. So would you like to tell me which ones you're kind of throwing those down?
On the yellow one is going to be the cornstalk just along the middle of the path.
Okay.
Then whatever the other 2 who aren't us, my team, are getting the rock thrown 15, 20 feet down the path.
Perfect. Got it. Okay.
And as soon as I do that, that should take all of like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch up with them.
Okay. Great. So you guys are chatting, and Roulette joins back up with you.
Hey, there she is.
Roulette, what do you know about curses?
Not much. I haven't had much experience. The fellas in the mines back in my hometown used to talk about it all the time, but they were just in the dark, so they kind of scared themselves out of it. But don't know much about curses.
Well, we think Toby's cursed. Unfortunately for him.
Oh,
That is the leading hypothesis at this time.
I don't. Do you feel any different?
Nope.
Must be a good curse then,
That's what I'm thinking.
or a bad one, like a
Ineffective.
ineffective curse. Jiri, why do we think Toby Rama's cursed?
Well, he learned how to speak to horses in that temple. Seems like a curse would cause that to happen.
I mean, a blessing might cause that too.
Oh, yeah.
Jiri, do you consider all powers to be from curses?
No, just bad ones.
Well, speaking with horses isn't a bad power.
Yeah, you're right. You've been blessed. Congratulations, Toby.
Jiri, have you been blessed?
No, I still think I've been cursed by that wolf bite.
Jiri, if we notice any feral signs coming out of you, we'll promise to let you know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Keep an eye on me, please.
Always.
I'll pull out some herbs from my pouch, and I'll say, "This is wolfsbane, and if you are in fact a werewolf, this will hurt a lot." And I'm gonna push it on his face.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt.
That's a good sign.
It only works against werewolves. What if I have the wolf bite curse, though?
I've heard about it before.
Gallus, hello.
Hey, friends. I was wondering when you'd come over. Jiri, it's good to see you. I know and as he starts talking to you, Ira, the gnome gentleman in front of him, kind of leans over. And he's like, "Hey, you've got to. I've got to study that later. Oh, we'll get to that, Ira. Thank you. Hey, Jiri, Moby's around here somewhere. I just saw him walking around. Oh, there he is." And he kind of like, if you follow his gaze, a short, portly young boy is slumped over in a chair with blackberry pie all over his face, and he's just clearly napping. He's like, I think he got a little ahead of himself this afternoon, but
Didn't know he was portly.
Hey, is it actually Moby?
High coma.
yes, it is actually Moby slumped over, sleeping in a bench across the way.
Classic Moby.
Yeah.
He'll get my pack eventually.
Yeah, Matriarch Moreau said he was a bit sick last night, but that hasn't really stopped him from filling up on blackberry pie. So, but anyway, just wanted to let you know he was over there. I think he's been eager to get home to Elandris, according to Matriarch. So you may want to chat with him at some point. But anyway, it's good to see you guys. I hope you're enjoying the festival. Have you guys met Ira yet? Toby Ram, I know you've met him, but Ira, this is Roulette, Jokel's apprentice, and our two newcomers, Jiri and Telperion. They've proved very helpful to our town already. Hello all.
I'm stepping forward. Ira Middletop, is it?
Yes, that's right. You've heard of me.
I have. I was talking to one of the matriarchs back in the tarot tent. I'm not sure what she calls it. But she actually pointed me in your direction. Luck would have it, we found you. I have this this staff that I know is a bit magical, but unfortunately, my mending skills have just only relate to the physical fixings of it, but I haven't been able to re-enchant it. I was wondering if you could take a look at it.
Oh, yes, of course. I'd be happy to. Do you have it on? Yes, oh, perfect. He will start to examine it for a moment. You will see kind of him trace a symbol in the air, and his eyes will like blink for a moment, and as he casts Identify to get an idea of what this is. He's like, oh, I think I see. I will warn you, my arcane potential is a bit limited, but I absolutely can tell you that this is an enchantment that seems to have been disrupted, but it can be re-enchanted, of course. I think it is a bit above my pay grade. However, if you ever find yourself leaving the city or the town here, there are a number of people I can refer you to in different locales around Creatia. So just let me know if you find yourself heading out.
I certainly will, Ira. And I know you kind of putting yourself down there for your arcane acumen, but I'm sure you have plenty to teach. And before I leave town, I'll definitely want to pick your brain about anything specific you may have encountered in any of your arcane research. But I do appreciate that. And if I do find myself leaving town, I'll be sure to stop by.
That sounds wonderful. It's good to meet you, young lass.
I'll pull out the vial of cursed grass that I picked our first session when we were by the cow, and I'll hold it to Ira and I'll say, Ira, Malevonin, which means pleasure to meet you in Elvish. I found this. We discovered what took the pony horse was a burned dryad spirit, and we did kill it. I think that threat is over, but in case you want to check or inspect or fear something might return, here is a sample of what it could do.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll definitely examine this in my hut. Thank you, sir. But otherwise, Gallus will just continue to chat with you about the festival, how you liking it, that kind of stuff. But yeah, anything else? Okay. Well, you guys are welcome to continue to chat with them, or entertain yourselves however you'd like, or we can kind of fast forward over if everyone wants to give me an idea of what you would have been doing over the next 45 minutes, and then we can kind of gather at the corn maze.
I got a quick question for Telperion.
Telperion, how much gold do we think we have?
What do you mean we?
Like us.
Like you and I, us as a collective unit?
Yeah, like as a collective unit.
Uh, I have,
You hear Toby shout out, "I've got 30."
I have at least 20. And you probably have 10, 20. I don't know how, I haven't checked any of your purses, so I wouldn't know.
So we have less than 100 gold.
Likely.
I didn't realize our coffers were so low.
We better win that corn maze. But before we do go into that corn maze, we should probably all have a drink. I have not had anything from Force Hollow yet. So, Roulette, Toby, would you why don't you show us what they have here in Force Hollow?
I like started to be like, oh, Rowlett. Oh no, yeah, and I start walking them around different stalls and being like, oh, here's this guy and he does this, and we'll have a drink.
I wanna. Everyone will have a drink on me. What are some of the drinks available?
Is there like a Fourth Hollow special?
There's not specifically. There are some out-of-towners that have brought in custom casks of wine or ale from their respective towns that you can absolutely sample some of that. There are several casks. The primary resource for ale here is several casks have kind of the Bullwinkle's Pub kind of branded on the top of their cask. And that's where you find most stalls are run by different people that are clearly peddling Bullwinkle's just typical ale.
I want a Bullwinkle.
I picture the Bullwinkle Pub logo being like Bullwinkle from Rocky and Bullwinkle, just like giant moose horns. Yes, I would love a drink. I'm also just side thing. I'm gonna run one of the scimitars over to Jokel and just hand it off to him and tell him like, hey, big guy, I found this in our last little excursion. Add it to the inventory. See what you can do with it. Again.
Oh, that sounds great, Red. Yeah, I'll just stow it back here. That sounds good. We'll add it. Looks like it could use a little polish, but sounds good. Thanks for thinking of it.
I haven't had any human-made ale yet, so at least in a couple decades. So it's been long enough. I don't. This would be fresh. So I do buy us all an ale. Njiri, what do you drink where you're from?
For everyone, ale that'll be 1 silver.
Okay.
Each, just 1 silver total.
Cool.
We drink whatever.
Tell us what's a local drink?
Could be anything. We're more into food and jolly.
Is that why you were asking about the finances again?
Yes. You see, I was just thinking. You know, a gourmet chef runs about 25 gold a day, and then another 25 for, you know, food, right? The materials. I don't think we're going to be able to afford that.
Likely not.
Rats.
Jerry, how long have you been out of Jotlin?
Hard to say. Time's weird here. I don't really understand it.
Yeah, it just keeps moving forward. It is weird.
Yeah, but it doesn't really make much sense, though. You would think it just moved forward. Very strange. Anyways, we'll probably have to go to, like, a bookstore and get a cooking book.
On board with that. I haven't actually checked out the Force Hollow Library. Is there a Force Hollow Library?
There is a small collection of tomes and books at either Ira might have a collection of tomes, but then at the town hall, there's probably some version.
It's like 3 shelves at a coffee shop.
Yes.
Library.
Well,
at the town hall building, there's like probably a room that's like the study that it holds the books. Yeah.
I want to go. I say, Jerry, give me a moment. And I want to go to wherever Moby's passed out, and like I assume that's real close to where all the blackberry pies are being made.
Yeah.
And I want to ask the chef, Chef, this was excellent pie. Would you mind sharing your recipe with me? I'm kind of going to make a collection of recipes in my travels.
Of course, I might have to refer you to talk to the matriarchs at some point, though, because I'm just kind of selling what they made last night. Matriarch Moreau and Matriarch Fawn made a lot yesterday, and so we just heated them up this morning, and I brought them down to the stall. So I apologize, I can't really give you the recipe, but I'm sure the matriarchs would be happy to.
Okay. Goodbye.
It's okay, Telperion.
I bring over pie to Jerry. Jerry, we'll have to ask the matriarchs for some recipes before we head out.
I've got a book in mind. Don't worry.
Awesome. Anything anyone else wants to do in particular over the next hour or so?
Well, out of game, just on my notes sheet for Toby, I literally have potential future feats, and one of them is chef. I'm not joking. So,
I will definitely try to buy everybody except myself.
So I heard Jerry mention that. I'm like, oh, I've been wanting to.
So I order 4 more ales before anything else.
Okay, you are.
Except, yeah.
That'll be another silver. Do 2 silver for the extra pie and ales you bought for people. And then that'll do it. You guys are able to kill time, just kind of enjoy the festivities, sampling different, food.
I don't really finish my second ale, but I pass it to Toby.
Okay.
Toby.
Oh, you didn't like it?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, Toby, make a con save just like for curiosity's sake.
You trying to get my teammate lubed up over there?
Con save.
Yes.
Toby happily, if he's willing, happily accepts the drink and drinks it.
Oh, you didn't like it? I love these.
You sound like a thirsty little 16-year-old who's like, give me a Smirnoff Ice.
When Jerry goes to have drained the last of his, I telekinesis it away from his hand a little bit. Yeah.
He's just trying to hold on to it. No, where's it going?
And put it right back down in front of him.
Okay.
Toby, put it down!
Oh, we got that thing.
Subtly try and sabotage each other ahead of your competition. A bell rings. She had said horn, but a bell rings over near the corn maze as Rhea seems to be calling people over, and then takes her place on the green line next to Rebecca. And Matriarch Fawn is there in front of the corn maze waiting for people to kind of gather.
Can we have left a note on Moby's passed out body that says "Bring Jerry his pack"?
For sure, absolutely.
He's gonna venture into the corn maze after you.
Oh God.
No, he'll probably be passed out too long.
Straight line through the corn.
Yeah.
Just get the fuck out of my way.
I imagine him like the little kid from Up, by the way.
Yes. Yes.
The wilderness must be explored.
Yeah, but with the voice of Morty from Rick and Morty. That's what's in my head, but Jiri knows what he's actually like, so he can infer that later. But okay, yeah. So as you guys start to gather, the Matriarch Fawn just kind of calls people over, and
Faun.
Fawn.
Okay.
Victoria Fawn.
But she's a human.
Halfling woman.
Oh, okay.
Very elderly halfling woman. Matriarch Moreau that you met at the tarot stand seems much older, but this halfling, just because of her stature, kind of seems a little frail. But
Cool.
Well, welcome everyone. Please gather around for the maze race, our pinnacle event for this festivity every year. Looks like we've had everyone sign up that wants to sign up. There are 5 teams. First, we have Rhea and Rebecca, the green team, and they kind of wave kind of bashfully at everyone. We have the red team, Rowlett and Toby Rama. We have the yellow team, our newcomers, Telperion and Jiri, new to For's Hollow. We have 2 out-of-towners, Joel and Reed, and they kind of wave. They kind of very kind of casually wave to people, and you notice that one of them is the guy kind of with the human that had slicked back hair and kind of came out of the tarot card tent, kind of disgruntled a little bit, and the other guy with him is just a grizzly looking dude that's just very mangy, hair everywhere, and just I
telekinesis a tomato from inside the corn maze at him. No, just kidding.
It's a corn maze.
And then the purple team. We have two townsfolk, Addie and Danielle, and they're just two like mid-30s women from town that wanted to join and are very excited that they very eagerly wave to everyone.
Oh.
Do you like the idea that Jiri and Telperion, the princes who really shouldn't give a shit, are like totally against everyone else? Like, nah. Like, just no decorum.
Well, I believe the rules have been explained to everyone during sign-up, but you are to proceed in pairs. You are welcome to split up if you wish to cover more ground, but as soon as you acquire a figurine of a chicken in the maze of different varieties, you must, in one per team, you must retreat and return from the maze to the front starting from where you came as soon as possible. Both the value of the figurine you find and your speed will accumulate to your score, and we will see who fares well. And with that, please line up. And you're all able to line up at your respective color. And with that, we're off. And she starts ringing the bell, and you guys are free to sprint forward into your entrance. There's again 5 different entrances allotted for each team, or 1 per team, but you guys are welcome to start sprinting into the maze, and there will be a system here, but you guys can just for the next 30 seconds just kind of find your way in there.
So DM, so the cornstalk that I laid, it's a tap to activate. And I know there's no way to guarantee that they step on it, so I want to just say that it's a tap to activate.
Okay, Jiri and Telperion, first of all, marching order, who's running in first? that was
I feel like we wouldn't just run in. I feel like we'd talk about, we'd have a conversation first.
You're welcome to do that. As soon as the bell is rung, Rhea and Rebecca sprint in, Addie and Danielle run in, Joel and Reed run in. So those teams
Probably
run
jog.
in.
We jog.
I go to jog in, and I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to. And Jiri's maybe contemplating for a moment, but Roulette and Toby Urama, you are welcome to enter into the maze. Telperion, just as you're running.
I don't. Well, how far do I maybe get 10 feet before? Jiri, are you standing still, or do you come with me as I move in?
Yeah, I'll walk with you, but I'm not gonna run because it's like I want to discuss. Like, wouldn't we have time to come up with our plan ahead of time?
Yeah, absolutely. You can have absolutely done that ahead of time, or you can talk now. Or
so we probably would have been chit chatting before they said go, which is what I'm trying to do. So,
okay, so what's our chit chat?
I'd say, first I would say, if we were to, and this isn't going to happen, but if we were to lose, we should probably, agree that we didn't really try that hard, right?
It is cool to not look like you're trying.
Yeah, okay. Now that that's out of the way, this is going to be really easy, right? It's a maze, right?
Right.
I'll just fly up and see which is the right path. Bing, bang, boom, we win. Super easy.
That would be easy, but my friend, I don't believe you can fly up.
What you don't believe I can fly?
No.
What do you?
Do you think you can? I don't.
I know I can.
You also didn't know you knew a language, and also I just don't trust your memory.
Fred, trust me, I can fly. This is no.
Okay, you fly up and you try to spot the shiniest chicken you can find.
Okay, when the game starts, I'll fly.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so that was pre-start conversation over the hour. So now that we've begun, and Roulette and Toby Ram are free to have had conversation previously as well.
I'll just whisper to Toby at some point, just Toby, in the first 30, 60 seconds of the maze, just ignore anything you're hearing around you.
Okay.
You'll hear some weird noises. Just ignore them.
I guess I'll start jogging in and wait to see if Jiri flies.
Okay, so Jiri, how quickly are you going to pursue this strategy of yours, or are you going to let Telperion run a little bit ahead first?
Well, I mean, to fly, I've got a few things I got to do first. So Jiri sits down and he starts taking his boots off, untying them one at a
I haven't made it
time.
to your cornstalk yet because I'm watching this with my head in my hands. Like,
And he
It's
kicks
like
his
5 feet
boots
in here.
off,
Yeah.
and then he uncinches his legs so that air starts gushing out of his legs. And he stands back up and he rubs his hands together and he says, "Are you ready for this?"
I believe the phrase is "I was born ready."
All right.
180 years
You
ago.
doubted me. Here we go.
It's all been mounting to this. 180 years.
Let me stretch a little bit. All right.
Sweet Corellin.
I summon my galactic royal enchantments and sortileges. I'ma touch the sky! And he jumps up into the air. And he raises. He's going upwards. And he closes his eyes. And he gets about, I don't know, how big are the corn stalks in this?
All the corn stalks are probably 10 feet tall.
Okay, he gets above the corn stalks. He gets to 20 feet and he stops.
Yep.
Oh, you can fly.
And he's like, I can go further. Hold on.
If you'd like a push, let me know.
Just wait. Hold on.
Oh God! By this point, I am gonna start trying to push his body into the maze
Well, I'm 20 feet off the ground.
with my
Your
mind.
telekinesis.
Yeah, I'm gonna propel you forward with
You are
10
both
pounds of
welcome.
pressure. What, Crit?
I said you're both welcome to do this strategy. I just want to look up one thing real quick. Jiri, can you change your elevation at will?
Well, he's trying to go further right now.
Sure, right. Like, can you keep going up is my question. I actually don't know how this
No,
works.
I'm stuck at 20.
Okay,
And
that's
he's
what
like,
yeah, that's what I thought.
and then his, well, wait, hold on. I have a question. Can I ask other characters to roll checks? Can I like ask Mike to roll a perception check right now?
Yeah, he absolutely can make a perception check. Yeah.
All right, make a perception check.
God, 5. Fuck.
All right,
So-
you are too impressed with Jiri's flying abilities, but you see him struggling so much that his like eyes roll back and he just like falls back down to the ground.
Oh God. I'll try to catch him.
Make a strength save.
Fucking nat 20.
Nice.
Okay, you catch him very easily.
I can't believe I just wasted my nat 20 on that.
Like one arm catches him.
Yeah. It's probably pretty light.
Probably,
Well-
he probably drifts down slower than a full fall, and you just gracefully grasp him as he comes down.
Jerry,
Firmly grasp him.
that was impressive, but I'm gonna fucking sprint into this maze now.
Did I touch the sky?
You kind of did, depending on your definition of the sky. Can we go?
I must have flown too high.
I'm running with him. Fuck this.
Okay.
Carrying him in barefoot.
Up ahead of you, you hear a couple cries from women going, "Ah, what the hell's that?" And then someone, "What the hell?" But then Telperion, roll a d20 for me.
God, I just wasted the nat 20.
And also specify before you roll, is high good for you or bad for you?
I want to roll real high.
Okay.
High is good.
Actually, no. For once, I'll do the opposite. Low is going to be good.
Okay.
Left foot, right foot.
Fucking 17.
Yes!
So Telperion, as he runs forward with Jiri, steps on a specific stalk of corn laying on the ground. And what happens, Roulette?
As soon as you step on it, just like the loudest gong noise you could ever imagine just goes off immediately underneath your foot.
Ah! I throw Jerry.
So the moment is very discombobulating, but otherwise you are, other than figuring out maybe what that was, you're free to proceed. Although you do know I would say like 15, 20 seconds have gone on now that the other teams have probably rushed into there. So you're maybe a little bit behind, but you can pursue.
Jerry, did you see anything when you were up there in the sky?
Yuri, make a perception check for when you were up. You were closing your eyes, but maybe you caught a glimpse. Make a perception check to see if you saw any clearings
At this point.
from your elevation.
Love it.
Whoops. I didn't mean to roll twice.
Sure. So we'll take the 9, probably, just since you were squinting and trying hard. You saw that there were clearings, and it seemed to be in a roughly even pattern, 1 in the center and 2 and 4 on kind of the corners of this large sprawling corn maze. But other than that, you weren't able to determine if certain figurines were in certain locations. But you guys are welcome to continue in. So let's bring it back real quick to Roulette and Toby Rama. So as you guys are sprinting in or jogging in, you hear other teams. Roulette, you may smirk in amusement as you hear wolf noises in random directions and definite impacts of women shouting. You hear a grunt from a noise that sounds like it could be Rhea, but you're like, oh, poor Addie and Danielle are screaming over there. But you guys, okay, so now we're going to enter essentially into a skill challenge for this.
Yes.
So for round 1, I would like each person to tell me one way you want to contribute something in your arsenal of skills to proceeding through this forest, or this corn maze, rather.
I can't imagine they were that thorough in prepping this. I am used to tracking game in the forest, and I'm looking for footprints of the people who walked in to set the figurines in and then walked out.
Absolutely. Make a survival check.
Yes.
20 is quite something.
Yeah.
That's one of my few great skills too.
Wow. Okay, you very quickly identify a set of footprints, and you're like, if they're ahead of us, we were the only team allowed to go in this entrance. This is clearly someone who has gone through this entrance. Let's follow these footprints. So you're able to do that. Roulette, what are you doing to further contribute to your trek through this corn maze?
I am. Hold on. How big is this corn maze about?
I would say like a square mile. Like one mile square, not 1 mile by 1 mile.
Oh.
Well, I guess that's the same thing. I'm thinking.
That's the same.
I'm thinking of, let's say, a half mile squared.
Oh, so it's pretty fucking big.
Well,
Yeah, it's pretty big.
that's like a 2.5-minute jog, like run from one side to the
I
other.
was thinking 2 miles squared is different from 2 miles by 2 miles.
Yes.
But one doesn't work that
Okay,
way.
we'll move on. Mike wasn't even in the room for that one. So
A 20?
I'm taking out my these are like little metallic chickens, right? So I am taking out my my whip handle that I use to cast catapult. I am not casting catapult, but I know that my whip handle can only react to things that are like under 2 pounds or something.
Mhm.
So I'm going to try and use it like a dowsing rod as we're
Okay.
walking to like.
Sure. So you just kind of are flickering it, seeing if you get like a glimpse of something that your arcane senses can pick up. Go
Yes.
ahead and make an Arcana check.
Wow. Tim, we are not prepped for this challenge.
Okay, 16. And then, okay, so now for our other team of Jiri and Telperion, how are you guys using your skills to help contribute to your team's effort to find your way through the corn maze quickly?
I did miss what you said when you explained the premise. So we have our skills. We're trying to do what we can.
We're in a skill challenge section, which is like the main bulk of this maze race. And so you're looking through your skills. What's something Telperion or Jiri would have in their arsenal of skills that they could contribute to this cause right now?
Well, Jiri would probably go back up in the air, right? He'd be like,
Well, I guess that wolf bite curse only allows me to fly so high. Rats. Well, at least I can still see above the corn maze.
Can you fly again if I throw you?
Yes. Toss me.
I take you and I toss you up.
Don't tell the elf. Wait, he is the elf.
Yes.
So as Telperion lifts, Jiri is able to elevate again once more into the sky. Jiri, while you're up there, are you specifically studying the landscape to try and find clearings nearby? Okay. You can make a perception or investigation check, depending on, if you're just trying to get an idea of the landscape or studying, honing in on one specific location.
Holy shit.
Okay. So Jiri studies the landscape, and I don't know how hard he's trying or squinting to go higher, but once again, he seems perhaps distracted. Do you fall down again after that, Jiri?
But I probably hear wolves, right? That maybe would distract me.
You do hear wolves within the maze barking in different locations.
Oh, Telperion, the wolves are after me again.
Oh no!
You triggered his PTSD.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
triggered. Sorry.
That's great.
What?
Telperion, come up here and join me. I'm not safe up here.
Come back down.
No, you come up here.
Toby, how you think they're doing?
They seem quite capable.
All right, fine. I'll come down there. Clearly, I'm not going to be much help here. Telperion, you got to win us this contest, please.
You did, Jiri, as you were up there, even with a poor perception, you did notice that there is a clearing closest to your entrance. So you may be able to direct you guys toward wherever that clearing was. But then Telperion, as Jiri kind of comes down, is there a skill you'd like to contribute toward your race?
Oh boy. This is not my skill set. I will. What do my elven eyes see?
And right now, I'll give you that for free. You just see, a corridor that changes direction further ahead, 20 yards or so. So, scanning your location, there's corn and there's dirt.
Telperion, we should go that way.
I have
There
the
was a big
dumbest
opening.
idea. I have the only idea I can think of. I take out my sword and I levitate it like 10 feet up. And no, wait, I don't have a shield, do I? What's the biggest weapon I have? I'll take my sword and I'll try to angle it around and see if I can get any hints as to any direction mirror wise.
That's awesome.
Fascinating. So you're using it like a mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. That's super clever. What would this be? You could use an investigation check for this. That's what I'll call for. Investigation.
All right. I need to do the white. 17 plus 4. No, wait, 17 plus 4, 21.
That is really good. As you are levitating your sword into the air and it just kind of hovers and you start to rotate it and you're definitely getting a mirrored perspective of this maze, and you catch it and you're like, where Jiri had suggested there was a clearing, you see that clearing and another one adjacent to it. So you're able to see two clearings that you could check.
All right, I want to start heading towards that clearing with Jiri.
Okay, so you guys start sprinting towards, roughly following the maze pathwork and trying to take routes that lead you in that general direction. And Toby, Rama, and Roulette, you proceed further as well. Toby, Rama, and Roulette, I'm going to ask you to make one more skill challenge. What's a different way you want to, this is now round 2 essentially, what's another way you want to contribute to your sprint toward a clearing?
Okay.
I'm gonna. I don't know. Oh wait.
I'm looking through my stuff.
Oh,
Can I?
No.
Well, I was gonna give you thinking time. I
No.
just want to ask Jiri a question, but if you're ready, go.
I knowing that my first set of things have already gone off and people have likely already passed by them. I'm gonna scoop up 3 more stones and I'm going to do the same effect on all three of them, but it's just going to be the smell of smoke, like something that is on fire. And
Okay.
I'm going to be like, Toby, how's your arm? I don't care. Throw one of these in a different direction, and I'm going to have him just throw one in a different direction, and I'm going to like just toss two.
Just for my own knowledge, as you're doing this, does the lavender scent near Telperion and the blue glow of Jiri dissipate? Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys notice that Telperion, you are starting to smell like mud and corn, and you're like, where'd that nice, lovely?
Oh my god, I smelled like a prince, and now I don't.
And Jiri, you see like your familiar blue glow is coming through your pocket.
Yeah, those are gone.
Okay. So otherwise, you are absolutely able to throw it and potentially distract other people. Let's have you make. What would you want to rely this skill on? To, like,
I would try to specifically throw it like leading in front of people. So like something dexterity based is what I'm trying
sure. Yeah, do a sleight of hand check.
Since he gave me one to do the same, can I have that be my thing for this round as well?
Sure. You can aid his thing and roll a sleight of hand check yourself as well. Absolutely. Shit, guys. Holy fuck.
These hit our faces?
I would say no. There's not going to be any contact, but their throws successfully fall into the thing, and you don't hear anything at this moment.
Smoke smelling salts.
So, and also, DM, as a note, the effect is only in like a 10-foot radius, so
sure.
It doesn't last forever. It's just like in a spot for 10 feet. Yeah.
This also may mechanically help you in ways that you might not notice in your immediate vicinity. For the sake of the skill check.
That's also very clever of like not necessarily helping us, but deterring the others.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you guys you do that and proceed further into the forest. Telperion and Jiri, one more time for round 2. How are you going to further contribute to your race?
Jiri, can you fly again?
Toss me again. I'll pay attention this time, I promise.
All right.
I don't think there's actually wolves. They would have bit me already.
Yes, you definitely notice that the sound as you guys are proceeding, the sound is staying in the exact same spot, and it's kind of fading out of your earshot a little bit as you proceed away.
Oh, I say that's true. And here, use this. And I'm going to take my dryad leaf, and I'm going to brush it over his eyes. And I'm going to say, this is an elvish leaf, and it will give you some of my senses while you're up there. And I throw you up.
Okay, as you lift Jiri soars into the air 20 feet high again. And once again, you have a great elevation of this place. And immediately you see that you are just like a turn around from a clearing. And you can see like a small, like a dark gold figurine in that space. And then you see there's another space in front of that seems to be more of a white gold silvery type figurine color. So you know there's 2 good options in front of you guys.
And I obviously point to the better one, and I say,
That way, Telperion.
And so while you're up there, make a perception or investigation check. Holy shit.
God, fucking damn it.
Okay. So
Not even the placebo effect of that leaf on your eyes helps you.
So you just get that information. You see those 2 clearings.
Hold up. I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Okay. You are
Smarts.
I don't even need to use them.
God damn it!
We're going to have a killer fight later. Oh my god.
You still see those 2 glints of color in the 2 clearings in front of you guys. So you
Yeah,
get
Telperion, I smell smoke.
Do you?
Oh,
It does smell smoke. Yes.
I think the corn maze is on fire. We got to get out of here.
Do you see fire?
I can't see anything.
He's the only one who could.
I have a question. Can I make an intelligence check if I notice my smell wear off? I don't obviously think that. Can I just think that like she's up to something?
I just think, oh,
As a
that's
note,
interesting. Okay, here's what I'll say first before I get Roulette's input is with your passive perception above 10, you notice the lack of pleasant smellingness. But then I'll let Roulette jump in here because I may.
I wouldn't know that the smoke was anything.
Yes, you may have to put 2 and 2 together in a check-based situation.
the lavender would have stopped smelling like lavender before the race started.
Okay.
Due to the sounds.
Okay. So maybe it's been more subtle than we thought.
Just as a note. Yeah.
But as Jiri potentially starts to come back down, you guys can proceed further. Telperion, was there a way you wanted to further contribute to your skill challenge?
I guess. Well, what is he telling? Like, he knows where they are, right?
He can kind of point you out from where he lands. Jiri is able to point out like 2 similar directions and kind of give you an idea of where those clearings are. But where he's pointing is obviously like through corn, so you're not sure what route you have to take to get there. One seemed to be around a quick corner, but the other one, you may have to like potentially barrel through.
Oh, well, and he knows he sees where I'm going, right? Because he's still in the air. I'm just gonna try to bully through to where he's pointing.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. Make an athletics check to push your way through the dense forest of corn.
And I'll be using my telekinesis to help me move the corn.
What'd you get?
I want to say.
It wasn't a 1.
It was totally a 1.
Okay, amazing. You start doing.
Oh my god, our rolls.
You start pushing through, and you're feeling so powerful pushing through, and you just do it too quickly, and you come to a clearing that was like, there was like not very much corn in between you, and you see like a corner where you guys were like 4 steps away from rounding the corner. So you are successfully now in a clearing, and you see a wooden box in front of you. But you essentially muscled your way through corn for what saved you a couple steps.
Can I pull the chicken to me?
You can absolutely. There is a small glimmering piece of dark golden colored metal, and you are able to mage hand it to yourself. It floats into your grasp, and you're like, damn it, this is like gold, but it's like dark reddish gold. This is copper.
Jerry, we found the shitty one.
On to the next one then.
I'm not leaving with this. But where did you say the other one was?
The same direction. We just gotta find a way through this maze. Throw me again next time.
Okay, next time. As if this wasn't continuous for us.
Yeah, so are you proceeding through the forest, and are you dropping your figurine back down on the wooden box where it had been set up, or are you keeping it with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
it's-
take it with us.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you'll recall, and this is just food for thought, Victoria Fawn had mentioned 1 per team. So you're not gathering multiple figurines. You just got to make a decision of basically whether to leave this one and proceed, or hang on to it and then maybe double back and leave it somewhere.
And be like
My
the
thought
first
was,
to get out.
if we get a second one, I'll just switch it with the shitty one.
Yeah, rules, schmools. Who cares?
That you're absolutely free to do that. So you hang on to that one and proceed further. We're going to come up now on, this is a little looser, Telperion and Jiri, you guys proceed further down pathways in roughly the direction Jiri had found, and there is another clearing, and you see like a hint of like whiter metal, and it's very clearly silver in front of you that you can run up toward and acquire that if you wish. Toby, Rama, and Roulette, as you guys are sprinting through the maze, just very adeptly making your way through this maze, just kind of taking random turns and stuff, you come to a clearing, and there is a wooden box in front of you with a figurine on it.
What is that chicken looking like?
It looks to be like a white gold, like silverish color. And you also see another group come in from a different direction and stare at you from another entrance to this clearing, and it's Rhea and Rebecca.
I immediately cast catapult on the chicken
Okay.
towards myself.
Okay, you can absolutely do that.
And then can I thaumaturgy to have like the corn stalks right next to them, kind of close them off a bit? Similar to like windows flying open, but like they just kind of fly in front.
It'll be a very momentary effect, but
Right.
yes, you can really do that to discombobulate them. And roulette, you have to make a dex save, I guess, right?
So
Oh, you can choose to fail that though.
yeah. So I'm gonna.
But what if he succeeds? Does that just go past him?
Well, as this bullet rockets toward you, I guess, what do you do?
I will ask this. Can I try and can I like catapult it to my feet? It's up to you. It's
Sure,
funnier if you don't let me do it.
I'm going to say, just because of the momentary decision to make this happen, I'm going to say it's like a sleight of hand check to see how successful you are at aiming this thing. So give me a general sleight of hand, and we'll see if it flies at you or successfully toward your feet.
You guys deserve a bad roll. God damn it.
It rockets towards you, but then hits the dirt and skids to your feet, and there is a platinum chicken figurine at your feet.
I will scoop it up and I'll start sprinting back. Okay.
As soon as you grab the platinum chicken figurine,
It's a portkey.
it enlarges in your hand and animates and starts running around. You can make a dex save to see if you can catch it. As Ray and Rebecca now make their way past the momentary flush of corn and start running toward you to try and see if they can get in on the action.
All right, here we go. This is the one time we get a bad roll.
Because I rolled a 1, and I want Tim, you look at your last rolls, and then look at their last 5 rolls, and look at, I can't believe this is happening.
It's all documented.
This thing animates, it enlarges in your hand, and it's like a real chicken in your hands right now. And so as it strikes a flap around in your hands and starts getting bigger and eludes your grasp, it gets out of your hands, but then you grasp it and grab, luckily, both of its wings, and it's like still thrashing in your grip, but you have a chicken that you're holding right now.
And then like turn, staring essentially only at the ground so I can follow our footsteps and the footsteps we were following. I'm just booking it out.
Okay, Roulette, do you follow Toby Rama right away?
I do. I'm immediately following him, and like every 30 feet or like 15 feet, I'm gonna drop like smoke to my left, goblin laughing to my right, and like more wolves to the behind me.
I'm not going to require a check for that specifically, although on your way out of the maze to retrace your steps and try and exit the maze with speed, I would like you each to make either an intelligence or wisdom check to retrace your steps and try and get out of the maze. Oh, there's that nat 1. And a 2. Okay.
Inspiration! I'm using it!
Okay, you are welcome.
I will wait. I might use mine too. I'm going to use it before I see if he succeeds. I just rolled it.
Another nat 1. Okay, so you guys in this...
The dice give it and the dice take it away.
You guys do sprint backward. You don't know, unbeknownst to you, you do take a different turn. So
I'm so focused on the chicken in my arms, I'm not actually paying attention to where I'm going.
You guys get a couple turns in, and you're just still following footsteps, and you're like, there's footsteps, and you just go down that path, whether or not it's your own. But, okay, so you guys are making your way back. Telperion and Jiri, once again, you have now entered a clearing with a silver figurine of a chicken in front of you.
Hyperion, I say we just burn down the corn maze and blame it on roulette.
Okay, as he's saying that, I say, Jerry, I've gone with other ideas of yours today, and I'm not taking that one. And I'm going to put the copper one down and pick the silver one up. Let's get out of here. Silver is my lucky color, and if we're fast, maybe we'll get something good.
Okay.
So, as you guys make your way back, I'll have you each make either an intelligence or wisdom check to make your way back through the maze in a way that is quick.
I fly up high and try to help Telperion guide his way out.
Yes, by doing that and giving him direction, you can aid his check and help you in.
I can't believe how many times you can fly. I'm so excited. 16 plus 2, 18 intelligence check.
Okay, that's really good. Okay, so you guys are all sprinting back in different routes and such, making your way back through the maze. Yep.
While I'm sprinting, I would like to, for the first time for this contest, I will use an action surge to get an extra round of sprinting in.
Okay. You're absolutely able to do that, and you start to get ahead of Jiri a little bit, but you both are making your way quickly through the route you believe you took on the way back.
No, tell Piran, don't leave me with the wolves.
Keep up with me, my armor's shiny.
Then let's have Roulette and Toby Rama, as you're making your way back. Toby Rama, with your passive perception, which is absurdly high, you noticed hushed conversation in the corn maze, like in a chunk out of your vision through corn, but you hear something, hey, someone's coming. And then you hear like a rustle and they run off. Roulette, with your passive investigation, you are able to now determine that, oh shit, these aren't our footprints that we've been following, Toby.
Toby, Toby, don't stop moving, but I think we might be on the wrong track. Someone else has been here. This isn't us.
Roulette, you run in front. This thing's too wily. I need to focus on keeping it clutched. So you lead, I'll follow.
Okay. I'm probably just knowing that they're not our footprints. The first turn where the footprints go somewhere, I'm going the other direction.
Okay, you're able to do so, and I will say, have you make an intelligence check to proceed down a different route.
We like those.
Pretty good. So you guys go down a different route, and as you're passing kind of an intersection of a couple different routes, you noticeably see Joel and Reed come running toward you, seemingly also clutching a small figurine and on their way out behind you. But you're able to, you're ahead of them.
Oh, okay.
You're able to continue to sprint forward.
Let's go!
Yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah,
Okay.
dashing every full sprint.
Yep. So with over the next 5 minutes or so, as you guys are taking left turns and right turns, and just maybe even barreling through some corn maze, if you run into odds and ends, you all are able to exit the corn maze. The front town center area and town hall is very clearly in view. You're all able to make it out at different times, and that's where we're going to take a bio break, because I need to do some calculations real quick and kind of develop the results.
Bio break. Gotta pee.
Good fire.
I don't dare. Oh, I started that fire.
Nice contest, everybody.
I wrote down for both the rounds, for the 2 rounds of the skill check, what we each did. I said, oh, the first one Toby did footprints, then Roulette did her dowsing, and then Telperion did his sword mirror, and then Jiri is just flying, and then the next round, same thing, flying, and then the next round, flying.
How many times can you do that, Jiri? I asked that in character.
Oh, I can always fly, but I think I'm cursed. I should be able to fly wherever I want.
Oh man.
Can all of your people do that? We'll wait till everyone's back. Get off me, you Pudge. Oh, you're so hot. Go. I love you. Go.
Now I just gotta calculate shit.
Why did MK and Tim... Oh, MK went on screen. No, Pudge. Ready, one more decaf?
Had bourbon. Do you not want it?
I've had 2 cups, so you're welcome to it.
What time is it? Yes, I will gladly have it.
I'd love to whine about those 2 nat ones, but we did far too well elsewhere. Lovely, lovely.
You start.
I know.
Where is it?
Can you cover him up? Find him. Put a blanket on him.
He's in a guest bed. I'm not. He's.
Little Archie Barchie.
Smarchy. We were watching Nick play Breath of the Wild last night, and it was like watching a toddler learn to walk.
Bro,
it was adorable.
I watched Ryan play Spider-Man PS4, and that was his first video game in who knows how long. It was miserable. I had to walk away because I was like, I don't want to ruin this for him, but I can't stay here and not be like, oh no, you have to do that. You have to do that.
It was really funny because he encountered his first is it called a guardian, the spider thing?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like this, it was a stationary one, like still up on the Great Plateau.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to him and I was like, pause, run away.
Yeah.
Just run away. You have a shield, run away. I will explain later.
I do think that is one of the few great games for a non-gamer to like ease their way back into it.
Alex doesn't play video games. That's her favorite video game. She like loves it. She'll like play it by herself. It's crazy.
Something hilarious. I'll mute that for a second.
Maybe I should play Breath of the Wild and finish that next. I have such a.
I turned on my Switch today planning to play Breath of the Wild, and I saw Three Houses. I'm like, no, I should do that.
Three Houses is just fantastic.
I need to finish my 3rd playthrough. And then I'll finally do Golden Deer. I like to think that you're just doing cool dances, Tim.
No, I'm like wrestling with my dog.
Yeah.
It was also funny though with Nick because like there's a certain amount of like let him learn by trial by error, but then it's just like, dude, don't jump off the cliff again. Or like, hey man, angle your camera so when you use a jump on the cliff,
that was not frustrating, but frustrating. As like you've played Warzone, you know how to like operate a dual joystick controller.
Right. It's not like the first time you played Ocarina of Time or Mario 64, where there's never been a camera before.
It was funny. He died a few times and
All right.
I'm
excited.
I probably should have had this background on the whole time, but
immersive.
Yeah, that's way more immersive now.
Sorry, guys.
As we exit.
Yes, as you are sprinting through the corn maze, trying to get back through, Telperion and Jiri, you guys come through to the center, and you see Oh, we're out pretty early. Not many other teams. Oh, Matriarch Fawn is talking to Addie and Danielle over there and giving them hugs. That's what I don't know. It was the strangest thing, Mother Fawn. We just heard wolves and we started running away, and then we found a clearing and the gold figurine was right there. It seems that they had inconveniently got a very quick route, but not the most valuable figurine. So who knows where that sets them?
Oh,
in the
bro,
rank.
they won.
But Telperion and Jiri, you come out second. They're the only team that beat you, so your speed is really good. You made your way back very proficiently, although with the silver figurine. Soon come out Rhea and Rebecca panting and like, damn it, I wish we got that freaking platinum one. We had to settle for fucking copper. And so they come out third. It's not poor timing, but with the least valuable figurine. Then come out Toby Rama and Roulette, having been lost a little bit, but with a very valuable figurine, and immediately followed by Joel and Reed, who are hot on their tails, who came out last, seemingly with the last spoken of figurine, the Electrum one. And as you all, as Matriarch Fawn kind of does some quick mental inventory of who arrived first and when over this course of maybe it's spread out over 2 minutes or so when you guys are arriving at different times. But you all are able, she confirms what figurine you guys have. And she's like, all right, thank you all for participating. Let me confer for a moment with my others and we will announce the results. And she goes over toward Adola Moreau, who is now in view in Town Center, and the other matriarch, Marin Veld, seemingly, again, elderly, but maybe less so than the others, half-elf woman. And so the three of them start...
I've got this live metal chicken in my hand. What the fuck?
Oh, and she Marin, or Victoria Fawn comes over and... goes over to you and says a small incantation in a language you don't recognize, and it shrinks back into a normal platinum figurine. Well done holding on to that one. It looks like it was worth the trouble, though. Let me confer, and we'll get back to you all. They kind of go off for 5 minutes and confer with each other, and is there any, post-competition shit talking you guys want to do, or any conversation you want to have while you're waiting for the... results?
My arms are so sore from clutching that thing for minutes in the tightest grip I've ever held.
Ignore the dice roll I'm about to do. It's just for fun.
Okay.
I'll say I want to rush up to Roulette and Toby say. I want to say to Roulette and Toby, are you all right? We heard screaming wolves. We smelled fire. We had no idea what was going on.
We were far too far. We were sprinting the whole time, and then we got to the clearing, and there was another team who entered it from the other end, and we just barely got it. Well, Roulette did some fancy magic, and then we just booked it. We didn't pick up on much else.
I mean, right from the start, I pegged you guys for the winners of this. I saw Jiri start flying up in the air. Expected you guys to fly right to the winning pedestal. How did you guys fare?
Terribly. I found out I'm cursed. For sure.
Oh, you too?
Yes, I can't fly anymore. I can only hover. It's the worst. Congratulations on winning. We were too distracted by my misery.
I mean, being able to, I don't know what you used to be able to do in the past, but being able to hover is pretty neat gift. I certainly can't do it. I can't speak for Toby or Topirian here, but
I'm just gonna walk away like 10 feet and just do like a standing like and get like a foot off the ground. Like, nope, not me yet.
Reddit, you're right. You always know how to make me feel better. I am pretty cool.
You are pretty cool.
Thank you. That's just the pep talk I needed.
Jerry, just because your skin is blue doesn't mean you have to be blue all the time.
Wow. You guys are really smart. I agree.
we have the winners to announce.
Oh, jeez.
I was like about to offer some comforting words, but I don't know what to say. These showed me up so bad, so I just like pat Jerry on the back.
These 20-year-old children.
Yeah.
So Victoria Fawn kind of steps forward as you guys gather in, and she goes, all right, now first of all, whatever figurine you are able to acquire, that is your first prize. So you are all able to hang on to the one you found in the maze. However, in terms of the true placement of the competition, in first place, we have our own townsfolk, Addie and Danielle. They had by far the fastest time, not with the most valuable figurine, but for their time won them a lot of points. The crowd goes wild for the townsfolk. They're very excited.
Out of game, I'm pissed off, but I'm cheering so happily as Toby.
They are just so wildly excited that they won this thing.
I just look like a reserved elf. Like, I don't really get that excited about human affairs, but I'm so fucking mad at these two idiots.
And so she goes, and so for the first prize, again, you get to keep your gold figurine. But here, the pot of the entry offerings goes to each of you. You each get 5 gold pieces and this wonderful raspberry pie. And so it gives them just a big raspberry pie. They got some gold. They got their figurine. So that's first place. In second place, we have, it looks like they took a hit on speed, but with the most valuable figurine, Toby and Roulette.
We won.
Wild for
Jerry comes up jumping next to us.
Yeah, like in your team. Yeah, guys.
And so for second place, again, you keep your figurine, but with this extra bonus, blueberry pie.
No gold.
I'm 2 L's. I'm 2 L's deep. I'm scarfing that down.
You're 2.5.
In third place, we have their speed did them well, although with a lesser valuable figurine. The newcomers to our humble abode, Telperion and Jerry.
2 prizes, yeah!
In addition to keeping your figurine, here is my own homemade shepherd's pie. Is your shepherd's pie. In fourth place, we have, of course, Rhea and Rebecca. I thought they would win it, but it looks like they were a bit delayed in their pursuit of the platinum and had to settle for copper. Although their time served them well, so fourth place. You get, in addition to your figurine, one box of strawberries.
Yes.
And
If I had that copper chicken, it is going into the ground so fast.
And then in fifth place, with the bronze. Oh, where are those two gentlemen? You look around and Joel and Reed are nowhere to be found.
They were sprinting out after us.
Yeah, they're just not here to accept their prize.
This was the upset. This was the upset man.
The upset man and his partner. Yeah, which you had seen the sign-ups for were Joel and Reed.
Wolves got him.
But I would have let them. Well, they probably kept their bronze figurine. But how about fourth place, Rhea and Rebecca? You can have this additional box of strawberries.
Yes.
And that concludes this year's annual Corn Maze Race. Thank you to all participants. As always, everyone is welcome to, join up at Bullwinkle's Pub as the evening kind of winds down. And thank you to all those out-of-towners that made your way here for the day's festivities. Everyone cheers, lots of jubilation as it's definitely sun starting to set. It's kind of evening, more orange and maroon colors kind of peeking through the sky. And people cheer and you guys are left to do whatever you want, but people definitely start to, over the next, half hour or so, start to slowly filter out of the town space. Maybe they finish up any last purchases they want to make, but people start kind of heading to Bullwinkle's Pub for and some people start packing up their things and heading back to whatever nearby town they came from. But you are all welcome to, interact and head.
Gentlemen, how about a post competition feast and dessert. If you guys can provide the feast, and we'll provide the dessert. I think shepherd's pie between the four of us and a blueberry pie between the four of us should be more than enough. How about we sit down and have a quick meal?
Shall we go make Toby?
Moby.
Moby.
Oh, we should get Moby.
You guys are, you are welcome to do this. You are welcome to find a wooden table nearby and kind of set up shop there to have an evening meal. And you're absolutely able to go wake up Moby, and he will happily join you. Oh, I'm a little full, but I'll join you. I'll sit next to you. Hey, Jerry, it's nice to see you, sir. Sorry I've been away for a little while. It's been really nice to get to know Lady, Moreau. She was very nice to me last night. She kind of took care of me when I wasn't feeling so good. But yeah, good job on the race, guys.
I go over to Jerry and I say, cursed.
I know. It's the worst. What are we going to do?
No, I mean, he's cursed. Werewolf. He's sick.
I know I am.
No, your child thing.
Moby is too?
Never mind.
I'm so confused.
Even after stating that he was full, he's shoveling shepherd's pie into his mouth. He was given a slice. So
I get a slice of both.
That is the 6th best blueberry pie I've ever had in my life.
Jerry, you got that what'd you get, silver?
Yeah.
You got that silver chicken on you?
I didn't have it. Aeridon does.
Oh. Never mind.
Wait, tell Rowlett, something happened to my blue stone. It's broken. I think I killed it.
Let me see that stone. Let me see it.
Look it's dead.
I take out my little eyedropper thing and I turn it blue again.
I hold mine to you and I say, could you make it smell like smoke?
I could make it smell like smoke. Do you want lavender again, though?
Oh, I'll take lavender. I just wanted to know if you could.
I certainly could. And I wink at Tulperian. But I take out the whetstone and I make it smell like lavender again.
Take it back.
Awesome.
All right. Ale, corn maze, shepherd's pie, blueberry pie. This has been a very human day.
It's a human feast, I think. Not that we're eating humans. It's a human celebration, I believe.
Is that why it's called shepherd?
It's a pie full of shepherds, is what it is.
I've eaten mine before. This doesn't taste like it.
I'm gonna wander off, see if I can find Gallus real quick.
Yeah, he's talking to some local townsfolk just about, everyday goings on, and you're able to grab his attention. Hey, Roulette, what's going on?
There was something specific I wanted to ask. Sorry.
Hey, great work. You and Toby making the Normas proud out there, grabbing the platinum.
It was, it was a bit of ingenuity on both our parts, myself and Toby. Just beelining it right. It just felt right. We took 2 lefts, 2 rights, and found the platinum.
I could never have warned you guys, but I think Ira's the one that placed that enchantment on that piece.
Oh, that was fun. That was, I will say, incredibly unexpected. I thought it was just going to hurt us, but a chicken, it's pretty fun.
Well, you guys hang on to that because I think it'll prove more valuable than you realize too. But
I say this out loud to Gallus. Note to self: I should ask Ira about how to turn this thing back into a chicken. See if it's something I can do myself.
I suspect he will happily fill you in on the details if you can't figure it out yourself.
Oh, Ira's the gnome. I keep forgetting that. Ira Middletop. I forgot what that is, Gallus. I forgot.
Well, you guys are all doing. I'll probably swing by. I don't think I'm going to drink too much tonight. I think I'm going to swing by Bullwinkle's Pub if you guys are interested in getting a drink. Otherwise, I know a lot of the other Noras are going to maybe kind of call it a night soon and head back for dinner at the mess hall and maybe an early bunk. But
Yeah, I think we just had dinner ourselves. That shepherd's pie. I didn't want to let it get too cold. I'll round up the gentlemen and head over to Bullwinkle's pub for a drink and I guess settling down for the night.
That sounds good. I'll see you there. And he heads off.
I go rouse the party and
We go to the pub.
Bullwinkle's pub.
Bullwinkle's.
I'm just staring at the little. How big is it? Like square inch, like inch by inch.
Yeah, the platinum piece. It's I would say the size of a size of a D&D mini.
Okay, so I'm just like looking at it and like I'm surprised of the craftsmanship. Like I've heard about this before, but I'm like, ooh, just all the way to Bullwinkle's. Enthralled.
Jerry, are you not coming to Bullwinkle's?
No, I need to go to a bookstore immediately.
Well, I was planning on heading over to town hall and see what they had in stock for some of their books tomorrow. But yeah, we're gonna head to the pub.
Jerry, the store will be closed. Come to the pub.
Is it a time that stores would be closed?
You would think with the activity of people in town right now, not many businesses are open at this time.
You're so right, guys. Everything's probably closed. Well, we should go tomorrow. I need 3 books.
Which ones?
Just 2 actually. I need a book about recipes and a book about curses.
Fair.
Don't forget about the book about wolves, Jerry.
Maybe.
I just figure with the wolves and the curse and the wolf bite curse, maybe they intertwine.
I don't know. Rowlett would know more about wolves than I would. We'll have to ask her.
Which
We go to the pub.
You are all welcome to do so. And you'll see Gallus there talking to someone in the front door. And then when you guys are coming up, he'll wave at you and go in with you as we move over to the screen. And Bullwinkle's pub. There's definitely more people in the pub than this little map represents. Right. But definitely very lively here. As you enter, people all over telling stories, talking about the day, drinking lots. You see the goblin bartender up at the front, very famously and lovingly referred to as Crumbs. Crumblebach is the barkeeper.
I burst into the front doors, holding the platinum chicken held high, and say, "Crumbs! And everyone else in here! Next round's on me!"
Yeah.
Crumblebach?
And it looks like he came with the prize figurine. Well done, mate. You here to get nailed?
I thought what is the word? I thought I'd throw out the love, and next round's on me.
Oh, look! Oh my goodness! Hey, you lot hear that? And he very quickly, the whole bar starts cheering. And then he will, happily give you guys some ales if you wish for them, and you're able to amuse yourselves for however long you want.
What would be the cost on that? Just so I can note it down because I want to do it.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna say for everyone in here, it's gonna run you like 5 gold.
That's about what I was expecting, so I can live with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask instead of ale at the counter. I'm gonna say, "Do you have any elvish wine?"
I don't think so, mate. I'm sorry.
Do you have any wine?
Yeah, I think we got Elandris. One of their lot brought in a cask. I'll go break that open. And so he'll run off to the side and grab. You've seen probably in the town center, like a couple people from Elandris, the closest town where Moby's from, is a large emblem is on it. And he goes and pulls that open or pulls it out from the back and taps it and is able to get you a goblet.
I'll get 2.
Okay.
and I'll go back to our crew. Sorry.
Toby Rama paid for it, so you're all good.
I'll go back to the crew and I'll hand the other one to Jiri. And I'll say, to my teammate, congrats. And then I want to cheers you. And I'm going to drink.
Thanks. We did a really good job.
We did. Good team. And I want to drain the whole thing.
Two prizes. Well done for us.
And then in RN, I want to say, your amount of mysteries, Jiri. Really? You can fly?
I can't fly. That's the problem.
You can semi-fly. How's your memory for names?
Names? Okay, I guess. I'm very concerned about not being able to fly, really.
Yes, right, the flight, sure. And I want to literally grab him and pull him close for a second. And I'll say, does the name Oro Junequill ring a bell? And I'm super serious. I hope you're scared.
I am scared. Is this something I have to roll for?
I will say Jiri has not heard of this person. You're welcome to respond however you'd like.
No, but have you ever heard the name June?
I want to. What am I making of him?
Serious.
No.
Huh.
The June Quill, a Captain June Quill. And you've never heard of her before.
No. Have you ever heard of a singer by the name of June?
No. But if I ever find out, I'm speaking in Arn this whole time, that you know June Quill, the memory of Doran and I will skin the tattoos off your skin. And then I walk away.
Okay. Are you conveying a message in any way? What's the emotion that Jiri is feeling from you?
Probably confused. That's the most serious. Well, that's pretty the most tense you've ever seen Telperion. And it definitely cost him something to say both of those names.
Okay. So Jiri will kind of sober up a little bit and he'll stop his antics and be like, oh, whoa. I wonder what's going on. That sounded serious. But I'm too dumb to figure it out, as always.
So Roulette, that whetstone, you touch it on a thing and it starts to smell. I'm so curious about the mechanics of that.
So I'm I have the whetstone out. It's a enlarged D6, and I know that I have 2 out right now. So so Toby, this thing, my daddy actually showed me how to make something like this. And the D6, it's not just runes on each of the faces, but it's on the corners and on the edges, and it's different stuff. So what actually happens is I can basically activate different parts of this, and when I touch it to something else, usually a small object. My wristlet here is actually something my daddy crafted for me, and it's a wristlet of look like branches. It's basically just a bracelet of branches, and looks like tree branches around my wrist. So what I can do is actually something I like to do is I'm working in the muck or working out in the forest, and I want to make sure I'm smelling better than average. I can do this, and I tap a couple of things on it. I rub it on the wristlet, and it smells like what do I want to smell like?
Citrus. I don't know.
Citrus, something very fresh and pleasant. It just starts emanating from my wrist.
Oh my!
Yeah, so it's a bit of a arcane runic distillment from this object here into any other object, really.
I've heard about people imbuing objects with magic before, but I can't say I've ever been this up close to something like that before.
I wander into the conversation at this point.
No.
Just to join you. Also, I do want to just say, Jiri, when I left, I grabbed your hand for a second, and I left you with the figurine of the chicken, the silver chicken,
Covered in blood.
no blood.
This is
And
a
then
message.
And then I join you guys.
Yeah. So this is. I'm not sure. I know, Toby. I've seen you do some things. Um, the way that I power this is through runic enchantments. Runic pairing is kind of one of the ways that I do it. It's I basically have a rune on this object, and I take it and I basically power something else. My dad learned it years and years and years ago. I actually don't know where he learned it, or if most of the stuff he's actually come up with himself. But he's taught me essentially everything I know up until now.
Is that why you're strong today?
I'm not going to take offense to what you just said, but I'd say I'm strong every day.
Like emotionally strong or physically?
I'd say both.
Do I see your glowing armor at this moment?
No, it's not really glowing. It's not really glowing.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty mechanical, other than when the burst of energy took.
Yeah, it's like when I do things.
But I did see that happen.
You did, yeah, because you were with me at the hammer thing.
Yeah, because you and I did it together.
Yeah. I mean, you were there. I think that fight with the wolves didn't. Not only did it scare Jiri a bit, because he might be wolf cursed or something now, which I don't actually believe, by the way. I think he just got bit. I think he's fine. But I think it kind of shook me a bit too. Something I learned from Jokel, actually, but mostly from my daddy. I did kind of beef up my armor a bit. I think you saw it when I swung that hammer. My armor, my shield, made them a bit stronger. So if you're seeing a slight increased air of confidence around me, it's because I think I know I'm a bit more well protected than I was against those wolves yesterday.
Toby has cast light on his hand and is just kind of holding it there, and has kind of slightly sobered up, but still a little under it. He's just like, I'm so jealous. You seem so smart, and you seem so sure of your abilities. I don't know where this comes from.
As you're doing that, and you were catching many eyes around the bars just by casting magic is not wildly unheard of, but it's still uncommon. And people in town know you have some connection to who you pray to. But when this purple energy that you've cast your light in your hand on, as you're saying that you don't know where it comes from, it just kind of fades into a dull, sickly gray color.
And then that's kind of what it settles on as the emanating light.
So it's still like the light cantrip, but it's gray.
It over the course of the minute that it takes. Well, I think light actually is way longer.
It's an action. Light is an action, and it lasts for an hour.
It lasts for an hour. So over the first minute, when Toby Rama casts this, it's this brilliant, beautiful purple magenta color, and over the first minute, it slowly dulls to this gray, kind of off-putting gray color. But then it maintains that brightness in the gray color for the rest of the hour.
And I cast it on my glove, so I'll take off the glove and just kind of set it on the table, and just kind of now I'm kind of lost in thought again.
So I hate apologizing because it makes it seem like I did something wrong, and I don't consider this something I did wrong. But the reason I kind of stepped away when the two of you were, I guess, having a moment back in that temple. Truth be told, I don't really prescribe to any pantheon or deific following. Everything I do kind of comes from my runic knowledge. My dad always said, math and science is what makes. Oh, would he say what makes the world turn? I don't know what he would say.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Makes the world click.
Math and science is kind of what makes the world click. So that's kind of what I've focused on. So when I can do something, Toby, damn near identical to what you just did, but it stays kind of a certain color. Um, and I know I did happen to notice that as you did that, you didn't seem to no runes, no math, no incantation. You just kind of drew that from somewhere. How long have you been able to do something like that?
DM, how long have I been able to do something like that?
You have been able to do that specifically from before you met the Sertamora.
Okay. A long time. I don't know. I left home, you know. I'm not from around these parts. And
I don't
just...
think any of us are.
What?
I don't think any of us are.
That's a fair point. And I just kind of noticed that I had this, and it's different. And I like learning. And so I really admire what you about your capabilities that you've got there, Roulette. And I hope to understand this in a similar way.
I mean, well, main reason I left home was to learn more, kind of in short. So, if I'm in Forest Hollow with you for a bit of time, maybe we'll do some learning together. Telperion, I did want to ask you. You seemed awfully interested in that temple we were in. I know those were big statues. I'm assuming there were big statues of important figures in your religion or whatever you may have. But is that? It seemed like that place hadn't been touched in years and years. Is it actually an important place?
It's exceptionally important, especially since I didn't know it existed. The figures there, the statues were of elvish gods, and we are descended directly from elvish gods, Corellin specifically. So
Corellin was the big guy?
Mm-hmm, indeed. The Neanderthal have lost track of our sister tribes. And that temple, I believe, was one of theirs, and we don't know where they've gone. And we didn't always keep in the most direct contact, so for a long time that wasn't concerning, but for very good reason, I'm out here looking for them and what might have happened to them. So that temple was far more than I could have hoped to have found so shortly after leaving home.
Might be worth talking to either the monarchs or Gallus himself if they've come across temples like that elsewhere near Forest Hollow.
Yes, we speaking with the matriarchs sounds like a great idea. Probably tomorrow once they're done with the festivities here.
Lots of tarot cards to read.
Yeah, you guys are able to sit here and chat for however long you want. Gallus, at some point, maybe after you guys are here half an hour, he'll come say bye to you, but he's heading back up to Nor Camp to kind of hit it for the night. So he'll head back that way, but you guys are welcome to do as you like.
All right. So Jiri didn't come over after Telperion gave him the chicken thing. He kind of like sat there, looked at it, and he felt kind of sad because he felt like Telperion was like mad at him for not being able to fly. And he kind of sighs to himself, and but he looks over and he sees the three of them chatting with each other, and he puts the chicken in his pocket, and he looks over this direction, and he sees a group of townsfolk chit-chatting, and he decides that he puts a smile on, and he slides over to them, and he says, the name's Jiri, Jiri. You fellas ever heard of a place called Jolland?
No, I can't say we have, sir. Is that where you come from?
Yes. and he's gonna like regale them with his stories. We don't have to get into it, but
Sure. Yeah, you're welcome to do so. Absolutely. They are enthralled, for sure. Most of these are out of towners and are like, "Where is Jawland? Is that in Croatia? Is that in this nation, or where is that?"
and he just tells them all about it.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like a little overwhelmed by all these humans and the like, and how the surprising depths that there's been to all of them. So I'm not like super interested in talking to a ton of people, but I do just kind of want to do like a cursory glance around and see if there's anyone that's like of interest or catching my eye or different, or is everyone just kind of chilling and drinking?
Make a perception check.
6.
Yeah, most people are just also for Steve/Roulette. If you'll notice off to the right side of the map is the.
I saw that.
Although in reality, in this space, it would be a moose-like, bull-like head with horns that are kind of filed off, actually. Telperion, as you are scanning the surroundings, it just looks like a bunch of townsfolk and outer-towners mingling and having a good time drinking. You do notice a large figure come out of the back room, kind of just saunter through some people and then head upstairs. This person is very large, very muscular, not quite as tall as Jokel, but is easily 7 feet and has large horns that are filed down. And this is very clearly from mythic tales or otherwise, very clearly a minotaur. Famously Bullwinkle, who owns this pub. But that is he just is kind of seems almost like overwhelmed himself with the current goings on and is just kind of going back and forth between resupplying the back room, letting Crumblebach kind of take care of things while he just kind of keeps his own for now. So,
Well, what do you think? It's been a long day, everybody. Should we head back soon?
I'd be ready for some rest, I think.
That was a fun day.
you guys
Should we get Jerry on the way back? Make sure he's got Moby in tow.
Jerry! I shout from across the pub.
Jury isn't I don't know. Are the people he's talking to into his story?
They're very interested, but now you're starting to gauge that like you've been, telling them a tale for, maybe a couple dozen minutes or so. So maybe you're ending that particular adventurous tale. But you definitely have a captivated crowd.
All right, fellas, I gotta go.
Thanks for telling us your tales. It was really nice to meet you, Jerry of Jawland. Hope we meet again someday.
You won't. Bye.
Yes.
And as the three of us kind of meet him in the middle as we make our exit, I go to put my shoulder around him and it just gets around his like torso.
You definitely, as he leaves the cluster of people that were enraptured in his tales, you hear a guy be like, "Oh, it's so mysterious." And you guys are welcome to join up and head back to camp if that's where you wish to go.
Let's do it.
To bed.
And as you're walking out, it's definitely like dark out. Like there's enough kind of ambient light in the space that your path is walkable, but it's definitely there's no more sunlight in the sky right now. So, but you are all able to make your way to Nora Camp and find your way to your bunk rooms and bed down for the night. Anything you guys wish to do as you do that?
I have that little idol of the scales in my room, and so fresh off my dream last night, I'll kneel down in front and meditate on what I heard and what I think that means, and nothing particular, but just spend time in front of it and then lay down for the evening.
your mind just naturally, you don't hear any external source directing you, but your mind just kind of naturally takes you toward Alan Springer. But otherwise, you are able to
That was my favorite one.
do your prayer.
Before bed, I will catch Toby and I'll snag the platinum chicken before bed.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
right.
Here you go.
Toby, I'll give this back in the morning.
You don't have to. We earned it together.
Fine, I'll hold on to it. And I'll just cast Identify before bed on it to see if it's something that's actually magical.
It is actually magical. It's a very simple magic item, but very functional. I have not created it in D&D Beyond yet, but I will add this custom. It's a custom figurine of wondrous power that is. It is called a platinum chicken, and it will once per day you can activate it, and if you contain it in a space, it behaves as if a normal matured chicken. So you may have to like contain it in a space, but it will provide rations for up to 2 people for a day. So it animates for an hour of time, and then it lays eggs, and then they are fully ready eggs to be cooked for that day.
Oh,
Very,
nice.
very minor kind of esoterical enchantment Ira put on this little figurine. So
Love it.
and it is also worth 50 gold. Just as the nature of its magical value, both being made of cast of platinum and with its enchantment, it is worth 50 gold. Your silver figurine is worth 5 gold.
Oh, okay.
Which again, I'll custom add those in D&D Beyond, and I can throw them in your inventories. But you are able to determine both of those value. Otherwise, you're all able to go to sleep. Anything you guys want to do as you go to bed?
I will say as we part, I'll say, good flying today, Jerry.
Oh, I can't fly. You don't need to flatter me.
You soared higher than I have. I was impressed.
Well, we tried. Good night, Tiberion.
Night, everyone.
You all are able to bed down for the night and go to sleep. Telperion, are you trancing as usual? I'm curious what your typical process looks like for all of us.
Well, definitely I'll take off all the armor. I'll run a polishing cloth over the sword a few times. And then I will take off a necklace that I'm not going to describe too in depth, but while I trance tonight, I feel like I got a very controlled trance last night, which was pretty lucky. And I try to trance thinking specifically about the elves again, but I feel like this time it's kind of interrupted with like yells and like scenes of battle and blood and a lot of feathers.
Yep. Okay. That sounds great. Toby Rama, as you fall asleep, again, just absolute darkness, and then just a silver mist just kind of starts to permeate this space, and you just sleep very deeply in that sense, and there is no voice that reaches out to you.
Is there an emotion it invokes in me? Comfort or security?
I guess that would be up to Toby Rama. I would say the mist itself is identical to what you experienced in the previous night.
Right.
There is no accompanying voice. So I'll let it be up to you to determine if that's comforting to you or foreboding or some other thing.
Gotcha.
Jiri, you are able to successfully get a night of sleep. Very warm, comfortable sleep. Roulette, go ahead and make a con save for me.
Also,
You fool! You took the chicken.
I'm saying this out loud. I want to talk to you about one of my infusions later.
Okay.
Wow. Plus, damn.
You at one point start to stir subconsciously. You don't notice this, but you start to stir a little bit in your bed with potentially a cramped stomach, and then it relaxes and you're able to sleep peacefully through the night. Except for slowly you feel a twinge that doesn't hurt you, but it's enough to like guide you slightly out of your restful sleep. And then you hear a noise, just like deep in your mind, just a ringing. And then it gets louder and louder. And it doesn't sound like a ringing anymore. It sounds like a horn. And then it gets louder still, and you fully start to wake and rise. And there's a loud horn blaring in town from the direction of slightly northward of the camp. And this is very loud. And now you are fully awake. This is maybe 2 hours into all of your sleep. You stir with some kind of stomach ache, but now you're hearing this blaring loud horn noise, and then you start to hear commotion down the hallways and such. People are kind of, you hear footsteps and people knocking on people's doors, and there's definitely commotion outside.
I'm opening my door. What's going on? What's happening?
A regular human kind of leans out their door. I'm like, I don't know, what's that noise? It sounds like the front gate alarm. Like, what's happening? That hasn't rung in like years.
Can I, at this, like, when I assume I'll wake up from it too.
You all begin to hear the commotion, and you're all able to wake up right now.
And I'm gonna start with military efficiency and long practice. Start throwing on armor as fast as possible.
You are absolutely able to do that right away.
Chris, I just sent you a text with a question.
Okay.
I will be doing the same thing, getting my shit together, just pounding on walls to wake everyone up.
Okay. You guys all start to gather. Perfect. Yes.
A short rest with that.
Yes, you all can have achieved a short rest for sure. So short rest abilities come back. You can roll any hit dice if you were missing. It's a very valid question. Good.
Well, I'm just like, for the first time, a short rest is good for me as a long rest, and I couldn't be more pumped.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's definitely commotion in the corridors. And people are starting to exit the facility and like run northward. And as you guys the four of you come together, Gallus turns the corner in the corridor and he's like, "Oh, thank God you guys are there. It seems we think there's a bandit raid out front in the gates. We're assembling everyone. Please come with me. Rhea's already got a squad at the main gate right now, but let's get your stuff together and let's go."
We're right behind you.
So lots of people are starting to exit Nora camp and like gearing up very quickly. And some people aren't even having time to fully armor themselves. They're just rushing out, strapping things on and grabbing a weapon and going. I would say 20 or so people, as you guys exit the Nora camp and you have this northward view of the town, you definitely see torches and stuff like from a far distance out in front of the front gate. You definitely see squads of like a couple dozen torches and people out there. And then as you start running down that way, let me pull this up.
I do have a general question.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. As you guys are kind of running down toward town, what are you thinking?
I think you had mentioned that there's about 90 or so people in Forest Hollow.
Roughly 82, and so
Okay.
like there's probably like 30 Noras total.
That was my question: is how big of a proportion are they?
I would say roughly a third. They're like a small populace and mostly like mercenaries that like do
Effectively took up the town guard mantle.
Exactly.
Okay.
So as you guys are running out, Gallus is kind of like up ahead of you a little bit, directing people to, "Hey, you go with Rhea, you're with Rebecca, take up the watchtower, you two front gate." And then as you guys approach, he's like, "Hey, you guys okay? Like we think Rhea seems to be holding them off out front with a small force up near the watchtower. But what I don't understand is why, like, even with a simple gate like that, it's hard to break through a main entrance of any town, let alone even a small town. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Are you guys okay?"
Where would they attack if not the front gate? Where's the best entry point into the city, and what might they be after?
We're guarded on the north. We're guarded on the west. If I would have thought they were rangers of some kind, they could have come from the south. We've got the Arbor Lock to the east. Like, it's hard to assault this place, honestly, and we're lucky we've held it off for as long as we did. We don't have guards stationed like along the corn maze.
I signal to the four of us, and I start a light jog. I say, Gallus, we're going to take a look, and if there's nothing there, we'll report back.
Okay, that sounds good. Hey, you guys, when you were in the maze, you didn't notice anything, right? What about those two out-of-towners? Did you notice anything like weird about those guys?
They didn't come out after they left after they exited the maze. No one's seen them since.
They just like left like right after the competition.
We definitely came. I heard
they were right behind us.
I thought they were behind us, but
and then Matronarch Fawn called out their names, and they were nowhere to be found.
I know one of them, the long-haired fella. He seemed to have some sort of, I don't want to say altercation, but distasteful interaction with Matriarch
Moreau
in the tarot tent. Didn't get much information from him after that. I figured he was either a Nora newbie or a tenured townsfolk.
Yeah, definitely not someone I was familiar with. Neither of those guys are from our town, and he's like listening to you, but also like shepherding people in different directions. I'm gonna tag along with you guys. Let's check out the corn maze just in case. Wait, if the front gate is the distraction, the corn maze could be the quickest route to the town hall. You four with me. We're going now. And he will like start running with you toward where the corn maze is.
Following and not attempting to slow our pace at all. I'm just posing to Gallus. What could they want from the town hall? I don't understand. This seems far too coordinated of attack, unless it's just some random band of bandits.
Yeah, and I would think people that don't know, and as you're running, I think people that don't know this town might assume, the town hall may have whatever's most valuable there. I don't think we have that much to offer bandits, frankly, but why it pisses me off that we even have to worry about the threat like this when we're so hospitable to those that come here. Anyway, let's just check it out.
Gallus, where did the matriarch stay?
Town hall. That's their place of residence. So
They're fairly powerful, right?
They live there. Moby's hold up there too. He's got a room there, and we've got odds and ends that are stored there that someone could think are valuable. Like, we definitely have some town coffers and stuff. But
Moby will keep them safe. Right.
As Gallus is stressed and rushing and adrenaline's kicking, you almost see him stifle like a smirk at that comment.
As we're running, I'm grabbing like 3 rocks. Jerry, apologies, I gotta borrow this. And I'm just grabbing like 3 random rocks, and I'm red, blue, green. One I'm gonna do the light on 3 of them. 1 red, 1 blue, 1 green.
I'm also thinking, if we're heading to the town hall, if there were to be an altercation there, I'm shouldering my short bow and putting on my shield that I've got on my back.
I'm running with both my cressets in my hand.
Okay.
Shield and mace.
As you make your way to town hall, you come up on it, and nothing crazy seems to go on in town hall. There's definitely lights on inside. People are moving around, but and there might be like a Nora or 2 that are checking out this area, but most of the town's attention is at the front gate. Gallus is like, I think they're okay here. They're not being assaulted. Let's keep going to where we think the lack of defense might be. And you guys are able to make your way to where you had entered for your competition.
During that whole run to the town hall and then now to the corn maze, could I like, since Gallus is so intently leading, could I be paying attention, looking for figures darting past houses, anything like that?
Sure, yeah. Make an active perception check.
Yeah.
Gary, Jerry, I have a thought.
20 total.
You survey the landscape, and although it's fairly chaotic with figures running here and there, you do like a very quick. Luckily, you having been here for almost a year at this point, you've got a pretty good sense of everyone that lives here, and so far, no one is.
Everything checks out of what's moving
Yes.
around.
Yes, and even Crumblebach, you notice him kind of come out the front of the Bullwinkle's pub as you run by, and he's like kind of surveying the landscape. But so far, as you're clocking people, it's either startled townsfolk or kind of people frantic in the streets or Nora's. So far, you don't see anything of note.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry, we practiced this quite a few times today. Are you gonna hover again?
I'm sorry. I'm too tired. The curse. I really think it's taking control of me.
This is a bad time for that. What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't think I can even float.
All right.
Tomorrow, we'll get you tomorrow, Jerry. Gallus, does this corn maze butt up against, I guess, the edge of the city, or what makes you think this is unprotected?
The only reason is, and Telperion kind of brought it up, where would defenses be weakest? I wouldn't think people would come this way, but if you were to skirt the north side of the wall and maybe take a quick dip in the arbor lock, you could make your way around the gate through the corn mazes that kind of butt up against the lakeside and make your way into town. And I'm worried I just hope we don't run into any trouble out here.
Do we push through and try to make it to the lake, or do we try to set up a watch here? Because at some point they've got to come out of the corn maze. I mean, if they just want our corn and that's all that happens, I can be all right with that.
Oh, we could burn down the maze.
We could.
Has this corn been harvested?
No, this is the same, and you guys know, you might not even ask this question necessarily because this is the exact maze that famously in this harvest festival, most of the crops for the fall harvest have already been harvested, and they always leave the corn for last to do the corn maze, and then it's harvested primarily the next couple days. So this is like the last crop in all the town that's like tall, and still has not been harvested in that way.
Well, we shouldn't destroy the town's food supply for the winter. But we do have a choke point. If they're coming out, we'll know one of the locations they'll come out from. I'd rather face them out here than trying to find them in there.
Is this map we're looking at accurate to the situation we're in?
It's roughly accurate in terms of you guys you have been running eastward, like from Nora Camp, which is in the southwest corner of the city. You guys ran north to the front gate-ish, then west all the way to the town center where everything was
east,
happening.
right?
Yes, I'm sorry,
Okay.
East, where everything was today. East, I thought you said west. And right behind town center is that corn maze on the very northeastern corner of town.
Is there actually a wall of any kind, stone or wooden?
Yeah, there might be a boundary separating this farmer's crop. This is Rodrigue is the farmer who owns all the corn crop, and there's shorter barley crop that may have been already harvested over here. So yeah, they separate out kind of where their land stops and starts.
So me climbing on top of it, I probably wouldn't get much of a vantage point.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Even if you were standing up there, you probably would not quite clear the 10-foot height of the.
Gotcha.
Right now.
I'll try my trick again with the sword to see if I can get any views of inside the maze.
You're absolutely welcome to do that. What did we have you do that last time? A sleight of hand check?
No, was it perception?
Oh, it was investigation.
Investigation.
To slowly rotate it and try and get a glimpse. You can do that.
What time of day is it?
Oh, it's night.
Midnight, 2 a.m.
But I'll look out for torches.
There you go.
20.
That's really good. I will say you see movement, but of how close it is from you just get as you're rotating, you catch a glimpse of darkness in darkness kind of motion. But hard to tell where you quite were at that angle to tell where that.
Yeah. Everyone, I think we take a couple steps back and we just prepare for someone to come out of the maze, and we try to get the jump on them.
Did you see someone?
I saw something in there.
Gallus,
Yes, boys, get him! As
Love it.
as a single figure kind of disappears into the corn, and you see this person as they shout this, they back up and disappear out of view. But then I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Do we need to click on our characters?
Yes.
20?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Click. And then do we do it in? Yes, we do.
Oh shit! I didn't clear everyone. I'm probably gonna have to manually enter in that because I fucked up. Is that 20? Okay, I got that one.
And then Roulette got a 7.
Okay.
Nat 20 for me.
oh,
Initiative that shit. Or inspiration that shit.
no. Critter, let me know when you have a second.
Yep. What's up?
Natural 20s and natural 1s on initiative rolls.
Oh, that's right. What was your suggestion? Is it half movement or double movement or something like that?
We never really landed on something specific. I know it wasn't like you don't get it. You don't get like an additional turn. I think it was either like double movement or advantage on your first attack or something.
I would say I think that is what we simplified it down to is on a nat 20, the first check or attack roll or save you have advantage on.
The first action.
Yeah, and natural 1 you have disadvantage on.
So I'll have advantage on my first attack.
Your first action, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
okay. Cool.
Telperion,
18, 19, 25.
I need individuals. Telperion, what was yours?
21.
You were 21. Okay. Who do I not have?
Everyone else is accurate. Gallus is not in the initiative right now.
I have not rolled yet. Shit.
Guys are faster than me.
Gallus rolled this.
9.
And it worked. It added him successfully. I figured out some of the things since last time.
Nice.
But that is awesome. So now I get the fun of getting into this other browser that I should have been in already. And I can run our bandit raid encounter.
Aha.
Is this like all the stuff you're ghost rolling now?
I'm about to start rolling, so I don't know if this stuff is going to come through as a ghost roll or not. It might be real.
I saw a nat 20.
Yeah, that is a nat 20 for the bandit captain. That's fun. Then that's okay. So noticeably, the guy that stepped forward and had said that, oh shit, they're onto us, boys, get them, was Joel, the sidekick or the partner of Reed that went into the corn maze together. So this guy's very burly looking, has like very rough, mangled facial hair and black, just kind of wild hair, very kind of scrapped. Studded leather.
Oh, the chicken.
That's that guy. And then
Actually, right, play this.
I don't think they stole it. I have it.
we got that guy.
Okay, I like that better.
That guy. I gotta get better at doing this. I apologize, gentlemen. But I should just be able to drag and drop now in turn order, right? Theoretically. We got a 15. We got 11. We got 21. All right.
In the back.
Let's say okay. Bandit Captain takes his turn. Telperion, you're up.
Can we see anyone?
Can I react?
Yeah, you can react in a way. You can't use a reaction quite yet.
I was going to say something.
You can exclaim something as initiative's happening.
I'll just shout out, "Hold fast!" That's it. I mean, you can interpret that as you wish.
So I can't see anyone
You cannot see anyone.
on my turn here.
And even though there's a tracker, you're not sure how many individuals may be surrounding this person that just gave this command.
Well, I'm just gonna step in front of Toby, and I'm just gonna chuck my crescents in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly where the guy kind of disappeared into?
Yeah.
Okay. For your first roll, because you're moving quickly, you got your nat 20, so you would get advantage on the strike, but because he's not in sight, you would have disadvantage. So this is going to be a clean, normal roll for the first one,
Yeah.
and then potentially disadvantage for the second if you're throwing both.
I will throw both. God. 9 plus 5, 14.
14 disappears into the corn maze a couple feet in. Clean throw, but does not make impact with anyone.
I'll throw the second.
Okay. Disadvantage on this one.
7 plus 5. Won't hit either.
Oh, no, goes exactly where your other one was. With a 1-2 throw, they are both perfectly angled at the same location, but seems the guy had stepped in a direction that avoided those throws.
I will then grab my greatsword and just hold fast in front of Toby.
Okay. Jiri, you're up.
Tim, you're on mute.
You are muted.
So
there you go.
there's nobody I can see.
No, there is an individual that backed up roughly here into the corn maze and disappeared out of sight. Otherwise, there is no one of note, but he called, "Get 'em, boys." So you imagine there's others with him.
All right. I will run up to the edge of the corn maze, and I'm going to scream and start yelling about the curse that's taking me. And I say, I can feel it. It's inside me. The wolf's bite curse. It's taking control of me. My anger. And I'm just going to run up to the corn maze front here, and I'm going to punch anybody that I see.
I thought you were about to say, "And I will rage," and I was gonna lose it.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
I was gonna lose it.
You have control of your person, I think.
I had of mine.
Everyone should have control, so you're welcome to move your guy. And what's your passive perception as Jiri? Oh, okay. So within even running up, you don't have immediate view on someone, but you can absolutely take strikes or try and move in further if you have additional available movement.
Oh, so I could like punch somebody potentially in the corn maze here?
Yeah, it's dense enough where your fist can very clearly like make its way through, push through some of the corn, and maybe you'll strike if someone's hiding right behind there.
But I don't specifically see anybody.
Correct. You're guessing of your target location.
Sure, I'll just start punching the corn.
Okay. Let's do 2. You didn't get a nat 20, did you? No, almost. So 2 attacks with disadvantage.
All right. Is there a way to toggle it? I'm just gonna
Yeah,
roll
where
twice.
is the?
So from D&D Beyond, if you hold shift or control,
That's right.
that toggles advantage or disadvantage.
Shift? Control is disadvantage.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, that's so interesting.
14. No, 10.
Not quite. Your fist. You're sure he was standing right there, and your fist goes in right there, and exactly where Telperian's sickles went in and did not make impact. Your fist does not as well. You're welcome.
That was righty. Here comes lefty.
Look at that punch modifier.
Also, why were there D4s being rolled?
Same thing. Once again, you're sure the guy's here. Just a 1-2 quick punch. Very striking true. There's just no one there to connect with.
We should probably have gotten ready to dodge an attack.
Is that it for Jiri?
That's it.
All right, Toby Rama, you are up.
following my shout, I will cast Bless on Jiri, Telperion, and Roulette. I'll just go ahead and do that so it shows up. And then it marks it off. You guys, when you're doing a attack roll or saving throw, can add a d4.
And what does that look like when Toby Rama casts this for us?
In the three of you, your preferred method of attacking, so like Telperion gripping the greatsword, his hands have a slight silvery mist like emanate for a second. Jiri's punches start to glow a little silver, and then I don't know how this looks for Roulette, but whatever she does starts to glow a little silvery. And then I will. What can I do as else? Nothing. So I will maintain my position behind Telperion, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. From out of the maze, move into the token layer. A band pushes out, leaps over this fence, and tries to take a swipe at the nearest person, Jiri, with his scimitar.
Scimitar.
I love
19,
rolling damage and attack at the same time.
19 to hit.
You're muted.
He's muted, but I do think that hits.
That hits.
Okay, so 7 slashing damage, and as soon as he connects, he's like, "Good thinking, boss. Stashing the weapons in the corn maze was a great idea." And then that is his turn. And then, I moved the wrong guy, actually. Shit, but that's okay. They're both the same. Functionally,
They're twins?
an additional bandit leaps out.
I can't wait to brutalize this guy's twin in front of him.
He runs out and fires a crossbow directly at Gallus.
Brother side.
And Gallus just expertly deflects it with his shield, preparing his hand.
I need to have that fucking shit pulled up.
Sexy.
That's
daddy.
As soon as Gallus does that, he immediately, wasting no time, runs forward and takes a swipe at this guy with his hand axe. 21 to hit, does 10 damage to that guy, and immediately that guy winces in pain and doubles over. Oh shit. And Gallus is like, "Finish him off, Jiri!" And as his bonus action, he did his commanding maneuver to allow you to, if you wish, use your reaction to make a melee attack.
He does that.
That's so cool. That's such a cool thing.
Oh, nice. All right, so I'm gonna make an attack then.
And he's in view, so absolutely normal roll. You strike this bandit with a 16 easily. As Gallus brings him, winces over in pain, you just uppercut him and just knock him on his ass, and he goes out cold. Nicely done, Jiri. Knew I could count on you. Now for that one.
Jerry, did you just kill that man with your fists?
Yes.
So that will conclude Gallus's turn.
Roulette, you patient person. Oh my god.
I don't go yet.
Keep waiting.
Stepping out from another area of the maze, familiar face with slick black hair, the guy known as Reed that you had seen in town, is like, "Finally." And he takes out his
Gun.
his longbow and aims it directly at
His
Gallus.
glicky.
Oh, and Gallus winces in pain as an arrow goes right in his right delt. As he was focused on this guy and didn't see this guy sneaking around for a shot. But that concludes his turn. Roulette, your turn.
I'm gonna saunter up in between Gallus and Jiri, And as I'm wandering up, I'm just passively saying, Jiri, beautiful punch. Sword not working. And then I'm going to put away my mace, and I'm just going to firebolt, not the longbow guy, the short bow guy. So
Okay.
the first guy who stepped out.
Yep, absolutely. Make an attack. Absolutely makes contact.
23 hits.
He was aiming at Dallas, hit, or he fired his arrow, deflected, and then just a bolt of fire starts flying at him. But he's able to shrink to the side, and it just barely catches the right side of his arm for only 2 fire damage.
2 damage. I don't know why it rolled twice, but
Yeah, I saw that. That was weird.
What's the button you use to telegraph your movement?
You don't need to.
You don't necessarily need a button if you right-click.
As you're already dragging.
Yes, as you're dragging and hovering and dragging your guy around, as you right-click, it sets checkpoints.
Got it. Okay.
That's my turn.
Got it.
Careful when you're not moving in a straight line.
It is the bandit captain's turn.
Oh yeah, you got a fucking 23 on initiative.
I need to switch his layer. There we go. Jiri, you notice to your left, now as you just clocked that guy out next to you, the bandit captain that you had not been able to reach in the maze is going to put an arm, reach out from the maze, put an arm around your throat, grab you, and is going to try and grapple you and pull you back into the maze. Go ahead and make a athletics or acrobatics check against his athletics.
Oh jeez.
Holy
shit. No, that should be 23. Oh, it was 23. You got a 19, but he got a 23. Holy shit.
The guy absolutely surprises you with his grapple attempt, but you just almost just duck out of it immediately with great reflexes. And he's like, damn it. And will attempt to, well, I guess he can't do that as bonus action if he didn't attack. So he's like, come boys to me. And he'll climb over this fence in front of the corn maze and try and give his friends an advantageous position. But that will conclude his turn. Telperion, you're up.
I go right here behind him.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do that. And I'm going to slash the shit out of him with my greatsword.
You are flanking with Jiri, setting yourself up for advantage on both strikes. Or you're not both strikes, but one strike.
Yes, we are.
Hit him.
16 plus 5, 21.
Absolutely hits. Roll damage.
8 plus 3, so 11.
Awesome. He winces in pain. Where do you slash him?
I want to go straight. I'm straight at his back, right across his shoulder blades.
He turns enough to mitigate the damage that you would have otherwise done, but he still winces in pain as your greatsword sinks into him. You feel it was an effective strike. It's just, that was a clean swing, and he was able to whittle it down to only 11 damage, essentially. So he just took a nice position in defense, but you struck well. Yuri, your turn. Unless you had a bonus action. My bad.
I have a bonus action. I'm going to... I'm just going to try to push this guy.
Yep.
Strength check. Let's do Peter 12.
That guy. Strength check.
Are there 2 guys here?
Did that roll?
The X guy is dead.
Does it 11 meet?
Loses. Doesn't beat my 12.
So is he pushed back 5 feet?
Yeah, but I didn't see this guy. I'd actually rather have this guy because it looks like he might hit something if I don't know. I'll just do this one.
Their strength is the same, so it doesn't matter to me which one you targeted.
I targeted the lower one. Why isn't my thing going?
Okay, so he's pushed back 5 feet. Well, I guess it'd be directly away from you-ish. So he's pushed back into a corn maze. He's still visible, but...
So I slash with that, and then with my right hand I go, and then he flies back.
Awesome.
That's all.
Jiri, your turn.
All right. Where did Jiri get hit by the last attack?
You had been the bandit captain tried to grapple you from the side right here, and then when he failed, he put himself behind you.
No, I got hit by a sword for 7 damage at some point.
So that was this guy that has been since knocked out by you.
Yeah, but where did I get hit? I never got to hear. Like,
I
where
see.
was I cut? Like, what happened to me?
I see. So he ran out, and I believe that he has a short sword, that guy. So he probably just like went to stab through your gut, and you may have been dexterous enough to kind of glance to the side. So it may have just like gouged the side of your lap, essentially.
All right, so Jiri howls in pain, and then he like punches that other guy with a big haymaker over the top of the head, and then he is gonna howl at this other guy, and he's gonna say, I have been cursed by the wolf bite, and so shall you. And his eyes glow red, and he's gonna punch him twice.
Are you running? Are you doing that to the guy behind you, or are you running to a different guy?
No, the guy right behind me.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna flip you horizontal. Okay, so you turn around and your eyes glow red as you scream fury, and you are welcome to make your attacks.
What?
Is he at advantage because he's flanking?
Yes, he does. I'm sorry, I should have said that. Yes, you absolutely have advantage.
One more time. Love it. Love it.
Very consistent strike. Where do you hit him? It absolutely hits.
Which guy
He's
is
facing behind me. I punch him right in the back of the head.
Okay. So as he's starting to kind of occupy his senses with Telperion from behind, you see an opportunity of weakness and nail him in the back of the head. This is the bandit captain that gave the orders for 6 bludgeoning. Got it.
2 force?
Mine did the same thing. It's only 1 damage die.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
I think, yeah, I think that's.
I think it shows right in the chat.
Yes, it does show correctly in the chat. And it's just fun to see dice being rolled on the screen. And then you still have your bonus action available to you, Jiri.
Oh, I'm gonna punch him again. That was a jab. Now I'm giving him the hook.
Awesome. Advantage again.
Shift, baby. Wow, what in the world is going on?
4 11s in a row.
So consistent. Absolutely connects. For how much damage? Another 5.
Another 5.
Nice. He's taken some hits, but he's a pretty surly guy that's a little intimidating, frankly, in his form, and he's clearly seen battle before, so he's not looking too fucked up yet.
Oh, and my fists for the first strike, as I bash him, I leave behind some like black residue that glows with my fist as I hit him. Like it's like, you know, like when you hit something, like it almost looks like spores puff out. It's like a black smoke.
We love to hear that.
Excellent.
It does an extra 5 damage.
What?
Got it.
Damage me, Jerry?
Got it.
I burned a guy.
Oh, wait. And I used my reaction to flinch before all of that because I didn't have an opportunity to do that before. When Roulette shot the fireball, Jiri said, "Careful there, Roulette," and flinched.
Also, I totally forgot to bring it up as you guys were doing it, but you all had a D4 to your attack rolls, but you all hit. So,
yeah, thank
I'm
you.
going to hold a D4 in my hand now so I don't forget that.
I will try to remind you as well.
I'm holding my D4.
Which
All
I'm
right.
I'm concentrating on that.
Awesome stuff. Jiri, is that it for your turn? Okay. Toby Rama, your turn.
I will. Oh, geez. Briefly witnessing the beatdown Telperion and Jiri are putting down on this guy. What's his state? Does he look like he's about to be out for the count, or does he still look like he's got a lot left to give?
He looks like he is peak awareness right now. Like he's trying to fend off attacks, and he's not like they're making
Okay.
good contact, but they're not
Okay.
sending.
I will start with a healing word to. Oh shit! I didn't think about this. It's both. It's which one of them? I will do a healing word to Jiri. I had to roll for that, by the way, if that means anything to you. So you get 7 back, all 7 that you took.
Hot.
Fuck yeah.
What is Toby Rama? Not to put you on the spot. What does Toby Rama say when he does healing word?
He had Jiri's hands. He had that black residue, but he still has the silvery mist around his fists, and now it extended from that and went all over his body, shone, and then condensed back around his fists. It was just kind of a surge of energy. That was my bonus action. For my action, I will do Path to the Grave on this guy right here. So the next attack he takes, the next time he gets hit, until the end of my next turn, he is vulnerable to all of that attack's damage. And I will
first attack that hits him. Yeah.
correct until but if I end my next turn, then it goes away, and I'll move in front of Gallus here.
So what does
Shield
this look
up.
like as you are essentially cursing the life energy of this guy?
Jerry has PTSD now from the curse too.
Because so far, Toby Rama has
Right.
had like, he's really emboldened his friends and those around him with kind magic. What does this look like?
It's almost like, oh, it's nighttime. You guys don't see how this looks. I have an idea in mind, and you don't see how this looks in the nighttime.
That's totally fair. Cool. All right, but you gesture toward him and make your statement known.
And I need to mark that off. And then I'm in front of Gallus. I've got my shield up,
Okay.
and that'll be my turn.
Awesome. Now one of these guys is dead, but the other one is alive. At least kill one of them. This guy runs up to Toby Rama and is going to take a stab at you.
Hey.
22.
22.
It absolutely does. I'm pretty sure this is correct in my D&D Beyond, but a shield is +2. Typically,
a normal shield is +2. Yes.
okay. So I was like, why is it not +1? But yes, that still hits. I was just curious about it.
Do you have your shield out right now?
Yeah, I had said on our way here, I put the short bow over my shoulder and pulled out the shield.
I just missed that, but perfect. Got it.
So I'm down
even
to.
with your shield, he strikes true enough to injure you for only 2 slashing damage.
Gotcha.
Strike true.
Strike true.
It's
true.
That'll do it for that guy. And Gallus will, furious that he just took a swipe at Toby Rama, who he has gotten to know very well over the last year, just said, "You guys got that guy. I'm going after this one," and sprints and hops the fence and turns and tries to strike this guy. And does so for a hefty
+7. Let's go, Gallus.
Okay. Con save.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you're so right. On the bless.
Yeah.
Let's do that right now.
Give 10 with minimal damage.
Yes! You guys are still blessed, as it is about to be Roulette's turn.
And Gallus leaps the fence and takes a horizontal swipe with his hand axe, and just it sinks into the guy's side, and he winces in pain. And that is it for him. And then this guy that Telperion had pushed previously hops the fence over here, runs away this way a little bit to get a better angle, and readies his longbow toward Toby Rama. And
Let's go.
We'll take a shot.
Good.
Yes, it is 8 or 16. Is that right? Yep, 16 piercing damage.
Toby Rama.
Holy shit. Are you dead?
So it sinks directly into your chest, and your consciousness fades as you fall to the ground.
And the bless fades.
The bless does fade. Just to confirm, though, this is not an outright death. You have
Right.
to do. He would have had to knock you to negative.
Right. No, that I had 15. He hit me for 16.
Yeah. So you are now unconscious. A very clean arrow strike.
Where'd that guy go?
He's down the bottom right.
He is back here. No! Oh, he can't do that right now. Gallus will yell with his reaction very angrily, but did not give in time his commanding maneuver. But that is that guy's turn, so it is Roulette's turn.
The guy that Gallus is swinging at is still alive.
Yes. Wincing and the strike Gallus had on him was pretty severe.
Shit, when does that guy shit, why can't I tell? Crap. I'm gonna get hit, but I don't care. I just immediately, Toby, let's go. And I rush over to Toby.
The bandit captain being flanked on both sides by the people that are kind of taking his attention right now, he does not take an attack of opportunity.
Sweet.
He has his mindset on other things.
I'm gonna kneel down over Toby, and I'm gonna pull out one of my new skin patches.
Slap that fucking patch on me, dude.
I'm literally gonna just like slap it directly on the arrow. So I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Bro, what the fuck was that arrow?
On
That was
Toby.
crazy.
For 10 hit points back. It immediately just like starts dissolving the arrow completely, and it just healed over the wound.
Yeah, the arrow shaft sticking out of Toby's body immediately just like falls over as it's like clearly dissolving away that, and it is knitting together the wound. And Toby Rama, you.
And I turn to face the fuckhead with the longbow, and I just like hold my shield up, facing him. And that's my turn.
Okay. Bandit Captain's turn. He just laughs at Toby Rama getting knocked unconscious. He's like, now for the next one of you. And he will take a swipe at Jiri. For just an 11. He's kind of a little too preoccupied, a little nervous to even make an aggressive move toward you with Telperion at his back, so his blade does not strike true and you're able to easily evade it. And then with his offhand now, as he missed that one, he's a little pissed, grabs a dagger from his left hand and tries to shove it in your gut, Jiri, with his bonus action. Offhand attack. But similarly, he's a little distracted and misses.
My clothing is too puffy.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely probably scrapes your clothing at least.
What's happening?
But that is his turn, and he grunts in frustration. And that is his turn. Period.
He turned his back to me again, so I'm going to do what I did. I'm going to slash, but I'm going to go for his neck this time.
Okay.
I'm attacking with advantage.
You are attacking with advantage, yes.
10 plus 5 is 15.
Would hit, but he uses his reaction to parry, adding 2 to his AC and blocking your attack.
Wow.
Which
I have a
literally
question.
was, what? Yeah.
To do so, the captain must see the attacker and be wielding a melee weapon. Is his back to Telperion right now?
He can see both. They're within sight. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Personally,
Valid question, but I live with the response.
Yeah. I sacrificed my attack of opportunity, so I'm really glad that actually mattered. But he
Yeah,
does,
I shouldn't have asked.
very adeptly. He's a little pissed he didn't strike true on Jiri. Sees Telperion coming, and he's like, maybe it's worth it because he got that blocked. So
he blocks me with his sword.
he just parried your sword to the side, so your strike still went through. He just deflected it off to the side of him.
Then real quick, I'm gonna do a quick turn of my thing and slide back and swing at him again and use my action surge.
You are welcome to do so.
Yes.
What?
I did already say it once in the maze.
His action, taction, paction surge.
The worst action surge ever.
You have advantage.
You do have
I rolled a 5 and a 2. 10 to hit.
It does not hit. So as you dig in deep and try and push past your limits and try another strike, he just very confidently looks at you with his scimitar on top of your blade and just push against him, but he's able to resist your strike.
I will. So I can throw something with a bonus action, right?
You can throw something if you have it available.
I have a dagger in my pocket.
You are wielding a two-handed weapon, so you can't multi-attack in that way.
Okay. Then I'll just push.
Okay, you're welcome to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strength check from him. Is it a strength check or strength save?
I think it's a check. Oh, it should be. I have it right here.
You rolled really low, but if
it is a saving throw.
Okay, so he gets 2 more to that save. So he gets to a 13 and digs in.
I was going to pick on this one, not the captain, because I don't want to hit Jiri.
My bad. Okay. So you push that guy who does a strength save, which is just his strength check. You successfully push him away from Gallus.
All right, 5 feet. That's my turn.
Ooh, he gets knocked backward and is very confused because Gallus clearly did not just hit him. Okay, that's your turn. Jiri, you're up. You did
5 and
every
2.
time. Is there a way to? Am I behind him?
Yes. With him focused now on Telperion for the parry, yes, you see his back.
All right, I'm just gonna go for the punch then.
Okay, advantage.
And add a d4 to your attack rolls. I'm so sorry, Telperion. I forgot to remind you.
You didn't have less.
Oh, I went unconscious. Never mind. I forgot about that. That was
20.
I felt so shitty. I was like, oh, he's so deep in this, and I forgot to tell him.
No, I would definitely have.
7 plus your modifiers.
I gotta get used to this shit.
He spoke to me.
7 plus your modifiers, so you're going to be. It's a nice hit here.
So 8, and that's doubled because he's still affected by the vulnerability to the next attack that hits him.
That is correct. So what's that total?
16.
7, 15.
Oh.
I think. Because the initial D4 would have been just a full.
I think he was rolling for my bless, which wasn't a thing.
No, I rolled
okay.
because it's double damage dice.
Yes. Okay, so 8's the damage. Where'd that 3 come from?
+2. The 3 was from
my
the D4.
incorrect bless call out.
I see.
Oh, incorrect bless call. Yeah.
Which
Okay,
she already
so-
got a crit, so like
So 8, but don't you?
Plus
isn't
2.
there +2
10.
doubled for 20 total
20
damage.
damage.
As this guy winces in pain at this simple punch, just the impact, you can hear it crack a bone in this guy's face. Well done. You still have a bonus action should you wish to use it.
Can I make because Mike's right there and he might notice something. Can I make Mike roll a perception check?
Absolutely.
Holy shit. 7.
Telperion, you gotta pay attention.
Yeah, Telperion's a little preoccupied swinging, and he's locked blades with this captain, which led to your favor. So
I'm gonna punch him again.
do it. Advantage. Definitely makes contact, so roll damage. It does. This one's not doubled.
Correct.
For 6 bludgeoning.
Yep.
He, with this one, he definitely winces a lot, and this guy's starting to really show wear and tear, and he's bleeding.
Holy
in his
fuck!
face. Yes, that's right as well. Still hanging in there, but this guy is now starting to look around in desperation.
Holy shit!
Kobe Rama, your turn. You are you are prone on the ground.
Okay, right.
Looking up from roulette.
I'll spend the half movement to get up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's come in here. Oh, I've got my fucking eyes on that, dude. 1, 2 to here, and I will guiding bolt this son of a bitch. And instead of like the last time you saw me cast guiding bolt, I did like a faux bowstring release. This time there's like an angry look in my eyes, and I just force my hand out, and the silvery bright energy just bursts forth. And do I hit? Let's find out.
Rocket toward him. Yeah. Is he able to get away or not? Roll your attack.
What just happened?
I think rolling too many.
It's rolling too many, but I rolled a 1 to hit.
But it was a natural 1.
Why is it rolling double damage dice sometimes? I'm so confused.
I don't know why it's doing that, and I've never seen it do that before, so it's probably a setting I have. I can fix that, I think. But yes, so you channel this aggression and anger into your silvery bolt of light.
And that caused me to not strike true.
Yes, he definitely doubles over, and it goes right past his head.
Fuck. That took me 10 feet of movement.
You have 5 left.
I'll just go right here.
Hide behind roulette. Perfect. Is that it for Toby?
That is it for Toby.
This guy, bandit over here, sees his captain being weakened and decides to run this way and over the fence, and is going to use his action to dash, run by his friend, and say, "Come on, maybe we can at least grab something from in town." And is going to attempt to run away from combat. He's not able to fully get away yet, but he's definitely trying to run into town, avoiding this skirmish entirely, or trying to. But so that's his turn. Gallus will turn and aid you guys with this attack on the captain. Hey guys, take him down. Good work so far. And he will swing his hand axe.
At least Gallus can hit. Holy shit.
And it does strike true for 6 slashing as he knocks that guy, the bandit captain, almost to his knees, and says, "Come on, Jiri, the second one." And we'll use his bonus action commanding maneuver to not force you, but allow you to use your reaction for a melee attack if you wish.
I will indeed.
16, that guy will once again. I parried. Then did he attack someone since he parried? He's going to parry again.
Don't you have advantage on that attack?
Yes, he does. Yeah, Jiri, you do have advantage. Good call.
Woo!
He attempts to pull his blade free from Telperian's lock, attempts to parry using his reaction, but it's not enough. And Jiri, you make contact. Roll damage.
Plus 9.
He had 7 left. How do you want to do this?
All right. So Jiri comes in and he's looking like he's gonna do like a real sloppy hammer fist down, but like his body twitches at the last second and he goes in, he does a spinning elbow and knocks this guy right in the jaw.
You can hear again, just seeing Jiri, from what you know about him so far, has almost seems he doesn't want to carry his pack. He's not willing. It hasn't seemed like he's willing to get down and dirty. he's just going hard on this bandit captain, and you hear the crack of this dude's jaw as he drops to the ground.
I hadn't said this out loud, which is on me, and I also don't know if this is a thing. Could I spend my reaction to do spare the dying on this now deceased or unconscious thing? Or will that have to wait till the next?
Probably will have to wait. Definitely not reactionable.
Right. Okay.
It's already.
I mean, it's a bonus action, which I don't think you can do as a.
Yeah, and to you specifically, you already have a buff that allows you to do it faster than normal. So definitely not reaction worthy at this time.
Deal.
But yeah, that guy goes down. Well done. Bandit captain drops to the floor. It is this scout's turn, Reed's turn, the guy that you had seen, and he, seeing his friend run into town very beat up, like probably a hit away from being killed, is going to decide it's not worth it to even try and go into town, and he's going to turn tail and run dash back into the maze and continue going. And he's not using the hide action. He doesn't have time to hide. He's moving very quickly, but you do lose sight of him. So he's heavily obscured somewhere in this maze. And that is his turn. Roulette, your turn.
Seeing the guy running towards town, may as well try and get one of them. And I'm going to run up to him. And I'm going to just like running linebacker tackle. I'm going to attempt to grapple him to the ground.
Go for it. Make a athletics. Yeah, you make athletics check.
I have a question. The armor that I'm using, it says whenever I make a strength check.
I'm going to allow it.
Do I get to add it for this one?
Yeah.
Okay. What am I doing? Athletics?
Athletics with advantage per your armor as it surges with magically enhanced.
It's not advantage. It's not advantage. It's just plus.
Oh, you get your intelligence modifier. That's right.
Plus 3 to this roll.
He's going to try and slip out of it. Unsuccessfully, you successfully tackle him as he's he's climbing over a fence, and you just dive over that mid-height fence and tackle him to the other side. So you are on top of him. He is prone.
Can I get some help?
Is that your turn?
That's my turn, yeah.
All right, Telperian's turn.
I'm gonna run straight at the guy who ran away into the corn maze.
Okay. You're absolutely welcome to.
Where did I see him going?
Yes, so you probably lost sight of him exactly where you're pointing, where he would have continued running roughly this direction. So yes,
that's close. Now that I use 30 movement, can I see him here?
Not with your passive perception, and it's dense enough to where you've lost sight. So you could try to actively perceive where he's going, or double down and try and force yourself forward first.
Oh yeah, I'll just use my action to keep moving in. Dash.
So you'll dash, and we'll consider it difficult terrain within the corn maze, but you're able to absolutely get to him. So I'll put him back to visible, and you can move right up to him. So that took your action to get there, but now you're within 5 feet of him.
Okay. While I'm in this deep, you
also have your bonus action available still, I believe.
I'm gonna try to. This is weird. I'm gonna try to pull him at me so I can try to just mess him up and
Sure.
He doesn't know I'm there, pulling there, and nor can. No.
Yeah, let's see if it has an effect. So it's a strength save for me of 12, right?
Yeah.
This is the scout.
You don't have to have attacked.
Damn it.
You try and grasp him, but he's still able to force himself forward, so it doesn't impede his momentum. But again, he is going to have to run away from you in a moment.
That's my turn.
Okay, Jiri.
All right, who The only person that I can see is the person that is tackled currently by Roulette, right?
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna run over to Roulette and I kind of like snap my head around and I like point at him next. I say,
The curse of the wolf bite will claim you next.
and I charge at him. I'm gonna punch him.
Go for it.
Wait, the guy I'm holding down.
Yeah.
Nice.
And because he's prone,
Take
grapple doesn't exactly give you advantage, but because he's prone, you absolutely had an advantage on this attack. Definitely makes contact. Very easy for you to slam this guy's whatever you want to slam.
I'm gonna sock him right in the gut.
You do so. Looks like 6 bludgeoning damage plus potential. He barfs up some blood and fades to unconsciousness.
I loosen my grip.
The bloodlust has me. I'm gonna sock him one more time.
Okay.
I really loosen my grip.
Absolutely makes contact again. How do you hit his unconscious body?
I give him like a hammer fist. Yeah.
Once again, you can hear the cracking of defenseless skull as this guy kind of his form just gives.
This is a new Jiri.
Well done. That your turn?
Yep.
Toby.
Spare the dying on the bandit chief, which even if it doesn't work, in 3 hours he will come back to consciousness with 1 hit point. I don't know if he's dead yet or if he's just unconscious, but that was my gut reaction to do. Okay. So that's my bonus action. And then I will use my movement. I'll go up to Gallus like so, and I'll restore him 2 hit points.
Okay. So as you reach out, a similar purple, magenta, beautiful color washes over Gallus's body and then fades to gray as it does knit together some of his wounds and battle wear. So you successfully heal.
That's my turn.
Okay.
Playing with.
This bandit is super dead.
I've done 2 damage.
So that guy doesn't have a turn. So it is Gallus's turn. Gallus just pats you on the back, Toby Rama, and is going to rush past you. Let's see if Telpiri needs any help. And he's going to like try and push his way kind of in that direction, but isn't going to necessarily dash. But that'll be his turn. And then the scout, Reed, is going to just haul ass. He's going to dash. He's not trying to
him up. Fuck him up.
Run. So absolutely get an attack of opportunity. Otherwise, you might lose him. Possibly.
20.
Absolutely hits. He has not been injured yet, so this will be interesting.
Oh, because I fucking missed with my goddamn guiding bolt.
I rolled a 6 and a 1. I'm rerolling the 1.
Okay.
You're what?
He's a fighter. What do you expect?
10, 11, 12 damage total. Hamstringing. I'm going for the legs.
Definitely gouges his leg, and I'll say he's probably got hindered movement. He's barely hanging on after that strike, but he is able to. It'll hinder his movement, but he's able to get further in. And then does he get to bonus action hide? He does not. Okay, that is his turn. He runs.
Wait, what extra style did you add on to it when you re-rolled that 1? Was there like anything different that you did with your sword?
You chopped down like 20 square feet of corn with it.
I think it's just like a little gleam in Telpirian's eye of like, I know where to put my sword for max damage. I don't think there's any like shifting of fate. It's more of just like the 1 didn't happen.
Fuck is up with you guys?
MJ Fighter was bound to happen eventually.
Your turn.
My turn.
Oh no, it's Roulette's turn, but
all right.
Yeah.
I am terrified of Jiri at this moment. I slowly get up and Jiri, not to dissuade you from what you were using, but keep that sword in its sheath. Those fists seem to be doing plenty of work. And I hand him the blue light up rock from my pocket, and I just hand it to him. And I slowly start making my way towards the cornfield where I hear a bunch of commotions. I still move 30 feet, but I'm ambling at this point because I can't see anyone.
Perfect. You can see Toby kind of peeking out at part of the fence. And you can see Gallus wading into the corn maze, but yeah. But it's also dark out, but you're fine. Telperion.
Okay, so can I see him at this point? I know he went forward. Is there like a wake of corn that he left?
Yeah, I mean, you know very clearly the direction he went, but you have lost sight. He's heavily obscured, having pushed into the corn again.
Okay, so I want to walk forward until I get to him, until I can see him. And then before I finish the movement, I want to try to pull him towards me just for dramatic effect of like,
okay. Yeah, with following the trail, I'll give you, yeah. I'm going to say, yeah.
I mean, I could just walk all the way towards him. I just think it'd be cool if he gets.
Well, you've used max movement getting to there because it's difficult terrain in there.
Oh, yeah.
But knowing where that is, you can reach out instinctively and try and pull him. And he fails, so his momentum will stop.
You're a Sith Lord.
And you keep getting the 11s when your DC is 12, and I love that for you.
So he is pulled toward you, actually.
And as he's pulled towards me, I do want to grab his throat and push him into the ground.
Okay.
Or just hold it.
No, that's essentially going to be your action as a grapple. So
yeah.
Okay. Make an athletics check. He'll try and get out of it.
16 plus 5, 21.
Beats his 14. So he tries to squirm, but your firm grasp forces him to the ground. So
then I'll pull a dagger and put it at his neck. The corpse dagger I pulled off of his neck. And I I'm going to say to him ni haranen nothante rangen, which means you're wounded and I think it's broken in Elvish. And then I'll say
he just looks at you in disgust and fear.
And then I'll say, what did you want in town?
He might try and do something. So we'll go to Jiri and Toby Rama. Gallus will catch up to him too, but he's still going to try something. Jiri and Toby Rama, what do you do on your turns?
I'm sticking around the bandit captain and seeing if he had not died yet and seeing if my action had stalled his life as I intended.
Interesting. Okay.
Like straight up, like if he died, spare the dying doesn't work. But if he went unconscious, spare the dying allows him to recover in amount of time.
Make a religion check to see if your spell took effect in the way you intended.
Religion check. Let's do it.
Could I also have something I want to say when you're free?
Sure. You feel confident that your spell was cast competently, though this guy's fucked. He's dead.
God damn it.
Just the way his skull is mashed open.
Yeah.
It would take resurrection magic that you've never heard of to bring him back. So you feel confident that this guy will not probably be revived by you.
I'll stick around these bodies and just kind of keep watch. Is what Toby does.
Sure. Jiri, what do you do? Oh, did someone else have a question?
Yeah, because I just want to clarify something. Because I had said we did a grapple check, and I don't really actually think it was realistic. I took out a dagger. I'm holding a fucking great sword. So what I'm picturing is like holding him down with my sword at his neck. But I don't know if that's what is viable with what. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just I'm picturing like up against his throat, kneeling.
Also to be clear, you need 2 hands on your sword when you're making an attack. So I'm taking this as you had a hand on his throat, and maybe with your other hand, you're resting your sword on him.
Yes. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Jiri, what are you doing?
All right. Technically, this happens prior to Toby, but Jiri, his eyes are barbarian blood red, and his fists are covered in blood. And he opens up his fist and he sees the blue stone. And he looks at it, and his eyes roll back in his head, and they turn back to blue, and he faints.
Fuck.
In 6 seconds, I will spare the dying on Jiri.
Jiri falls to the ground. I'm trying to look for a good symbol to put on you.
Rotate vertical.
Yeah.
Well, I'm more looking for. It doesn't matter. I'll just do this.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's Jiri. Gallus will follow up behind you, Telperion, pushing through as much as he can, find you, and then he'll stand next to you as that guy's there. And now for the scout's turn. To escape a grapple check, he has to make a dex check. He's going to use his action to try to escape your grasp.
Okay. Do I do an opposed athletics?
Yes. Athletics or acrobatics against his, in this case, acrobatics. Or just dex.
23.
Natural one. He struggles, and Gallus just grips his axe in anger. And says, "You're not going to have fun in a minute, friend." But that is his turn. And so at this point, now you guys have successfully thwarted his escape. We can effectively end combat there. And you're welcome to do as you wish.
Not knowing why Jiri collapsed, I'll do the spare the dying and then rush over to him.
You cast that spell, and you noticeably, when you cast that spell, you're aware of when it takes hold.
Okay.
It noticeably does not take hold.
In that case, and that's kind of like while I'm rushing over, I'm doing it, and I feel encouraged by that, and I rush over and just try and like prop his head up, make sure he's okay.
It didn't take hold in a good way.
Yeah, Jerry's
no, in a good way is a bad way. So
shouldn't have punched that dude.
Yes. It seemed to be a non-lethal fainting. He wasn't losing blood and consciousness in that way.
Right.
He had just passed out. So your spell did not thwart death from taking over because there was no death taking over. So you can very clearly determine, Jiri can let us know if he wakes up, but you're able to very quickly assess that, he's just passed out. He's okay.
I'm taking care of him, and if it seems like it's taking longer than expected, maybe trying to nurse him back to health or trying to gather someone else to carry him.
It might take like a little bit to wake him up.
Okay. Also, Toby Rama, even with your insane passive perception, go ahead and as you're assessing Jiri, make a perception check. Okay. You're very focused on what you're doing, assessing his health, and he seems in good health. Just passed out. That's all.
Modifiers don't matter when you roll bad.
Okay, so that effectively ends combat, and you guys can do as you wish.
I'm gonna choke the dude further, and I'll say, "What did you want in town?"
He kind of grasps at your hand and like is struggling to breathe, and like taps on your hand to like loosen your grip so he can talk.
I do.
He will say, "That stupid captain of ours, he just wanted to take the town. We're travelers. Well, I'll be on my way. I don't need anything from here. Just let me go."
What I like almost believed it for a second. Who gave him the information, and who is he in league with? I don't believe he was the head of this operation.
I think he used to be some old captain from somewhere. I don't know. He's definitely got experience, but like I just met him like 2 weeks ago. He pays well, so I followed him, and he seemed to want something from this town, maybe the town's coffers or something. But
Yeah, Gallus, what do you think?
Gallus is very silent, gripping. Make a perception check. Make an insight check.
Damn, I'm rolling like dog shit tonight. Probably like a 7.
Okay. He's just.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't even have. No, 5 even.
Okay. He's just. Gallus is very mad, gripping his axe very tightly, and does not respond.
Okay.
You fellas need help? You good in there?
Rowlette's. Oh yeah, let me move my character. I'm next to Jiri, whereas Rowlette's closer to the corn maze.
I say, tell me something that will save your life right now.
He doesn't deserve it, Gallus says. But the guy says, I'll give you everything in my coin purse. I don't care about this place. Let me just move on. I'll leave you to your normal. Like, I don't need to make any more problems for you. Just let me go. You'll never hear from me again.
Roulette's wandering closer at this point, not having heard a response. Boys?
1 second, Roulette. We'll be right there.
Okay. If you're good, sounds good.
I'm slitting the throat.
I have turned around and I am walking back.
Roulette turns around and starts walking back. He's assured by Telperion. Telperion, you are free to slit the throat. Gallus does not make any move to stop you.
Michael Kennedy supports this decision. Toby, who's thankfully not there, would not have.
And you are able to slice his throat with
Get
your...
this fucker out of here.
I wipe my sword on whatever little dirty, filthy cloak he's got.
He gargles in the ground for a few minutes, grasping at his throat and coughing and just blood spurting out. But his body goes limp and lifeless.
Yeah, I clean my sword while he's doing that. And then I'll just telekinesis stuff out of his pockets and look at Gallus.
You're able to fully search him if you wish.
Yeah.
Gallus, now that you're not focused on your hostage anymore, you notice there's you see whites on Gallus's knuckles. Like he's gripping his hand axe hilt so fucking hard, and you're seeing a different side of Gallus for sure. What's usually fatherly and protective and stuff is just seething fury right now.
I say, you would have if I wouldn't have, right?
I'm going to walk the perimeter, see if there's any others. You guys get back to Rhea, see if there's anything at the front gate. See if we can get a night of rest.
Sounds right. And I search the body.
About the time that I start seeing probably Roulette first, heading back, I'll start... Well, this is what I plan. I want to take a look at Jiri's one of his arms, his tattoos, and just kind of examine it, because I think we had noticed some air stuff before.
Yeah,
some breeze coming through.
I will let Jiri inform us on the physicality of his body, even though he's unconscious. He can let us know about how that tissue works.
Yeah, it would look like there's just a thin line that is within the tattoo, and just a thin piece of air is kind of just steadily flowing out of it. Well, unsteadily, it rises and falls in different areas at different times.
It since he had already told us about that, or we had already noticed that about him, I'm not surprised, but I've just noted it, and I just start tapping his cheek. Jerry, you good? Jerry, wake up.
Jerry's gonna snap awake and be like, "What happened?"
They haven't all made it back, but I think we're safe.
And he looks around and he looks at his fist and he said, "Did I do this?
Do what?
This." And he shows you the blood on his fists.
I think so, and personally, I'm grateful for it.
And he says, "I don't really remember. It was the curse. The mad wolf's bite curse. It took me over. I didn't mean to do this."
I'm trying to think of how Toby responds to that.
Oh no.
Because I'm laughing, but he doesn't. I'll give him another smack across the face. She'll be like, Jerry, there's no curse. There's no curse. There were bandits here. They attacked us, and we attacked them back, and we saved this village.
So I did something heroic then?
Yeah.
Without question.
That's how you know he's back.
Ah, excellent. We did it. We won. Congratulations, Toby. We're heroes once again.
Can you stand?
Yes, of course. I can fly.
I'll help him to his feet.
Let's go find the others. It's a time for celebration.
You are welcome to all kind of reconvene. Roulette joins you quickly. Telperion maybe a few moments after. Telperion, as you leave Gallus just like kind of stands over the body for a few moments, but then you see him walk past it and start brushing his way through the corn maze, looking and searching to see if there's any remnants of others in the space. But otherwise, you are all able to stay together.
I do loot the body.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You guys, as Gallus is patrolling over the next...
I will also say I'll bring the body back. I don't want to just leave a body in the cornfield.
Sure. So Gallus will start to patrol, and you guys are able to loot the bodies. You guys are able to acquire 147 copper, 115 silver, and 82 gold.
This dude got paid to do this shit.
This is over all the bodies. So the captain probably had an amount, and the underlings essentially had other amounts, but it all adds up to this amount. They have amongst their bodies 8 days of rations.
Ooh, that's hype.
And then some very heavily damaged armor, but then there's 2 usable scimitars and 3 daggers. The bows have been damaged.
2 semis, 3 daggers.
I'll also grab my...
How many damage? Oh, it was a damaged longbow and a damaged shortbow.
Say it again. Yeah, both the longbow and the shortbow that were used by different people have been either people fell on them and they snapped, or the string had been roughed up too much. Both are currently not functional,
right?
But could be repaired.
Yeah, from like specifically looking at the captain, but the other ones, any like, I guess 2 things I'm looking for. One, any sort of like uniform or uniformity on these guys, or like insignia, or like, hey, I'm part of the Forest Hollow Bandits. Like visual. That second thing I want to look for, any sort of correspondence or any like letters or non-weapon, non-money object on
them. Make an investigation check.
I'm kind of patting Jerry down as he's standing up. I noticed that his cloak's a little tattered, so I do a little mending and make sure that's okay. Jerry, is your tabby okay?
Oh no, it got blood on it.
That'll wash out. We just need to get to it quickly.
I know Roulette can help.
A very thorough investigation. You determine confidently there's no iconography or correspondent letters. However, being from your background and having, there's a lot of trade in Storm's Edge. Forest Hollow might have a heavier farming and crop population, but Storm's Edge certainly is at kind of a cornerstone of different trade routes that you probably have more bartering there. The make of this armor and some of the color palettes, the subtle blacks and reds, suggest that, especially on the captain, some of his more well-tailored leather armor underneath the rest of his armor suggest Durastian make from people from Durast. Not all of the underlings have things like that suggest that of them, but from at least one or two people, certainly the captain, you're getting a vibe that these people gathered supplies somewhere in Durast, perhaps.
Interesting.
I want to do a quick check of the bodies. Like, how many are dead and are any still alive? Like, just standard medic check.
Sure. You are free. It won't make you make a check for this. With your medic background, you are able to very clearly assess, this bone is fucked up. This one's beyond repair. No version of life remains in any of these bandits. They have been slain. Certainly no chance to nurse them back to health at any means. So,
Delperian, just don't take any femurs, please. Just leave them.
Oh, we're not in a temple, a day's hike away. I'm not that worried. I just also wanted to make sure none were about to raise up if we left, but we can probably leave these bodies here till morning.
Jiri, you doing okay? After your victory here?
I'm kind of dusting him off and make sure he's in good shape.
Yes. I got a little tired there and fell over, but that's because I worked so hard to beat up all those bad guys.
Why don't we talk about this as we walk and go check on Ray at the front gate?
So as you guys start to consider leaving, Gallus kind of comes back out of the corn maze, sauntering with his head down, notices you guys still gathered there and says, "There's no more, I don't think. I think we're safe, but we'll post some scouts here for the night. You guys, first of all, thank you. I'll walk you guys back to Nora Camp, but I'm going to go join Rhea and probably spend the night in the watchtower. We're so you see him just give into a little bit of anger. We're so goddamn hospitable. These people could have fucking walked into our town and we could have accommodated them for weeks. Like, you can see his just rage. He's just like really indulging
His
in
what?
fury. Yeah.
His Eldritch Blast.
How out of character is this with regards to Toby's experience of him?
Great question. Knowing Gallus and how protective he is of people in this town, you've never seen him this angry, first of all. Toby has never seen him like this. There have been bandit raids in surrounding territories or rumors of bandit encampments nearby that the Noras have over the past year gone and not necessarily just gone and murdered people there, but broken up in some regard or forced them away or dispersed them in some way. So like you've definitely seen Gallus's frustration and anger toward bandits, but having them this close to home, essentially, you definitely are seeing an extra level of aggression, but it's not necessarily...
It makes sense as an extension of what I've seen.
Exactly.
Okay.
No cause for concern, just maybe alarmed that like, wow, I wish I never had to see him like this type of vibe. But he will, you guys can talk as you wish to, but he will try to walk you back to Nora Camp and then will amuse himself otherwise for the night.
Would that theoretically take us circuitously
You'll go
west and then south? Would we kind of get a glimpse of the front gate, see if things are more calm?
You absolutely would, and you'll see Rhea specifically at the front gate kind of like ushering people back inside, and there are some bodies outside clearly slain.
Okay.
From this distance, unclear if any Noras were affected or if it's all bandits, and you're not sure. You had seen from your view in the higher elevation like maybe a dozen or so bandits out front, and you're seeing like roughly that many bodies, so hard to tell right now.
Gotcha.
What the damage was, but
okay.
Otherwise you'll Gallus will escort you guys to Nora Camp and then just say, I'm going to join Rhea for the night. We'll post some scouts in locations around the camp. I'll probably be up all night, but I need to think for a bit. We're not enough anymore. And it's just very distraught and at a low point, but you are able to safely, it's probably still commotion, certainly at the camp. But some people are maybe talking in bunk rooms and stuff, but people are slowly filtering back in for the night.
Toby is very exhausted and is keeping up. And then as we get within range of Nora Camp, is there's like relief, and then he's like, I'm ready to turn in.
Anything anyone wants to do or talk
Before
about?
we leave Gallus, I'll like kind of hold up the money purse and some of the daggers, and I'll say, is there somewhere we should leave this at the camp?
You guys did the work. You split it amongst yourselves. I'm not worried about it.
All right, I'll reach out and I'll like clasp his shoulder. I'll say, we'll make a plan.
And he will saunter off very disheveled back toward the front gate to go converse with Rhea. But otherwise, you guys are free to converse or bed down for the night. But as we get through our long rest at this point, that's where we'll call it for the night.
As we walk back, I want to do a walking little check of it. I'll go through that. What was the damage?
Unscathed. I did a bit better staying out of the fray this time, both on offense and defense, I'd say. You kept Toby around for a bit, but actually I did have I think you were already neck deep in the cornfield, but a pretty good run and tackle of one of those guys who I was intending to question, but Jiri seems to have come into his own in a non-weapon sense. He's got pretty strong fists.
Jerry, how's your head? How are your fists?
Very good. I didn't take any damage at all.
You definitely notice the blood still on his hand wraps.
Any tabby damage I should be taking care of?
There's some blood on it.
I also want to point out he got hit for 7, and then I healed him for 7, so Jiri's fine, but maybe there's still damage left behind.
Yeah, you see, when the mad wolf took over, I didn't feel anything.
Was that the first time that's ever happened?
Yeah, I told you. I just got cursed the other day when that wolf bit me.
Jerry, there's so much about you that's hard to believe, so I found that curse hard to believe, but obviously something's wrong.
All right.
You could ask the matriarchs tomorrow.
Yeah, we should definitely look into this. I'm very worried.
But I'm
I'm
also
trying to tell you guys to be concerned about this.
Topirian's not laughing.
As long as
Mike's laughing.
as long as it doesn't spread, we'll keep an eye on you, Jiri, and make sure this curse or blessing or affliction doesn't get any worse.
Yes, just don't let me bite you if I get hungry.
We will keep you well fed.
Speaking of which, can we stop by the bookstore?
I don't think the bookstore is going to be open at this exact moment because it's the town hall where the bookstore is, and that was probably the target of the bandits' incursion. So my guess is the Nora are probably keeping it close under guard for the night.
Okay, first thing tomorrow then.
Breakfast date at the bookstore, first thing in the morning.
All right, and then when we get back to camp, I want to follow Toby. And I'll say, all right, I know we saved the worst for last. Let's see it.
And it's not bleeding, but the shoulder where I got hit with the arrow that just wrecked me is still like slightly disfigured. I'm down 7 hit points, so contextualize that as you will. And so it's not preventing me in any way, but it's still there, and it's just the wound. I've taken the arrow out, but
A deep throbbing pain that's just really still actively lasting for sure.
I need to rest.
Sure. I want to. Was it through the front or through the back?
I don't
Yes.
remember.
Well,
I believe it was through the front, from it kind of at a side angle, but it went clean.
It would have hit my right shoulder, so right shoulder.
I want to just clean it, get some hot water from the kitchen, take whatever disinfecting or like ointment I have in the medical kit, clean it really well, and I'll like sing under my breath in Elvish as I do it.
Go ahead and make a medicine check as you're doing that.
Yeah. 11 plus 2, 13.
Okay. After nursing his wound a bit, you feel very confident that, first of all, you've seen way worse wounds than this. You're not surprised necessarily that this knocked him out, but you think back to the moment and you're like, if he had sit in this and like the blood flow wasn't stopped, maybe he could have bled out. But this is not like a grievous wound in terms of like, you feel confident you can stitch this and nurse this back together in a way that is going to serve him well moving forward.
Oh yeah. Well, and the worst of it's done, but I'll put a little numbing, like a little flesh numbing, and then I will. I'll give him a little a couple stitches.
You're welcome to do so.
I'll sit through it, almost dozing off, and then he's like, "Oh, you're done." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Then I'll leave him be.
Okay. After a very long day, a long 2 days, you are able to take a nice, very welcoming sleep for the first time in For's Hollow in Nora Camp since we've started.
Woo!
You all get a full long rest.
Well, I guess last detail when I was he's dozing off, and I was singing really quietly in Elvish as I was stitching him. And for the briefest second, like my hair blew back, and like I kind of like a surge went through me as I was doing that. And I felt, yeah, that's all.
Okay. Awesome.
Ooh.
And that is where we will call it for the night. And so